And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another edition, another week of OSC King of the Hill number 131. I'm, of course, your host, Live VIP, and with me, for the first time, casting in a lot. I'd like to welcome everyone once again to the lovely, the beautiful, the fabulous, the AsherBro. Oh.
Yeah, I need to change my pants.
Excuse me?
I need more comfy pants.
Take them off, Papi. Take them off. Oh.
I will. When you least expect it.
Oh my god. Let's go, Papi. Let's go. Speaking of something you least expect, we have a very special edition of OSC King of the Hill, everyone. So for those who weren't here last week, MaxPax went on a tear. He wasn't just the King of the Hill, he was the God Emperor King of the Hill. MaxPax took every single game. He didn't lose. He won every game. 15 maps in a row. On top of that, in the previous week, he won another 3 as well. So 18 maps in a row. MaxPax is on fire. He's insane. He's crazy. And as you can see on the screen right now, he's going to be reprising his role here as the King of the Hill. And for the first time, we have a new OSC Elite member.
Mario.
Close.
ByuN.
It's not a Terran.
Mario. Playing Protoss.
It's dark, Papi. It's dark. Let's go.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, I know you weren't here, you weren't available last week, but yeah, MaxPax has been on a roll, mate. He took down Spirit, he took down Nightmare, he took down Special, anyone in his way. He just refused to let them get any money. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've had to pull out the big guns. We've got Dark here now to stop him, and they are players that I would say generally Dark is favored, but MaxPax has been doing a little better against him lately.
That is true. That is true. And bearing in mind, it's a best of 1. That's the thing, right? Like, I would agree. I favor Dark in a longer series, in a best of 3, in a best of 5. Dark will most likely win. But in a best of 1 format, I mean, anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, definitely. So players are just conducting their vetoes, and MaxPax is vetoing altitude. No surprise there. And our map of choice, or Dark's map of choice, is going to be Ancient Cistern.
All right, so a little bit of a bigger map here to start off with. Oh, give me a sec.
Okay. Are you unlocking some servers? Are you...
Nah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, let's go. So for those who are wondering, of course, the format of this tournament, so you may be tuning in for the first time, it's a little bit unique here. It is a King of the Hill format, which means you have one player as the king. This week it's MaxPax, and everyone, we have 14 players lined up here to try and knock him down. No, 15 players to try and knock him down in a best of 1 format. The winner stays on, the loser, they're done for the night.
I'm a little bit concerned that MaxPax and Dark are going to fight for the honor of being the king for the rest of this event. I wonder if that's how they feel about it too.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, they're big names. It's crazy that Eddie whips out Dark now. You know, he's like, you know, we're starting off with the bang pop, and we're not kind of building towards the climax. The climax is here. We've arrived.
Yeah, MaxPax, he's had his time. We got to bring out the super shotgun, take him down.
Yeah, let's go. Shotgun me in the face, Papi.
As here we go. Here he is, the Emperor himself in the top right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern. It is the Red Protoss, the Danish Prince, Storm, MaxPax.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have this week's ESL Open Cup Asia champion. He won it hours ago. We were there to cast it as well. Representing Dragon Kai Z Gaming, it's the South Korean Zerg. It is Dark.
Yeah, it's a good shout in the chat there from NightPhoenix. Can we see Cyril at the next King of the Hill? I think that's definitely going to be the go. If Dark beats MaxPax here and wins every game in a row, we're going to need a Dark killer, and it's just going to be you just need a bigger fish every time.
True, and I agree with you.
Once Cyril wins, you just need to bring out Mario.
I was about to say, I'm glad that the bigger fish isn't going to be Mario. It's going to be Cyril in your mind. But yes, Mario towards the end. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. And we have had some heavy hitters here in OSC Elite before. You know, ByuN has played in these tournaments before, time and time again. But yeah, Dark is a new member. It's his debut here in OSC King of the Hill. And I'm a little bit surprised, but you know, Dark, he wants that money. He's playing in everything right now, in literally everything.
No fun for anyone else. Let's go.
Let's go, Poppy.
He's smurfing, Poppy.
We're gonna see him show up in like the Magic Cup Masters after this, mate. He's gonna. He needs that free coaching. Oh god, but yeah, we'll see how this does turn out here. Pretty standard openers. I did just mention it earlier today. I think it was 6 hours or so ago. I was casting Dark versus Hero in the finals of ESL Open Cup Asia. May as well be OSC at this point. And Dark took down Hero 3-1 in a pretty interesting fashion. Something that I hadn't seen before. But Dark, he wasn't going for Ling Bane all-ins, but he was going for no roaches whatsoever. Very Ling Bane heavy compositions against triple Oracle Blink Stalker. It was really interesting to see, but I guess that's what we're seeing today out of MaxPax.
Yeah, that's really interesting. But yeah, MaxPax taking advantage of the best of one format, going to be going for a Twilight opener. Quite possibly something to do with glaives. I think this does make a lot of sense. You probably don't want this to play out for too long on the bigger map. Although, having said that, I feel like this isn't a bad map for Protoss. But yeah, I can understand best of one, go for something very aggressive, a big all-in, try to catch your opponent off guard. Makes a lot of sense to me.
100%. And so far, it's not too all-in. We haven't pulled back into gas, bear that in mind. So I doubt he's going to be investing too heavily into this. We do have, so far, 2 more gates, 3 gates in total.
Yeah, okay, it's going to be 3 gates. A little bit of a delay on the glaives to get that 3rd gate out. We'll have to wait and see if he's going to be adding on a 4th gate here. We do see that Robo coming out, so definitely relatively aggressive so far, but if it is just going to be 3 gates, we can still see a 4-430 sort of Nexus.
Yeah, we should be seeing a Nexus after this, unless we see MaxPax, of course, pull back into gas and take more gas guys. Oh my god! That's a lot more gates.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Now we're talking.
He's
not
talking.
Now we're talking. This replay's mine and you can't take it away from me.
Oh, no.
But I can't take your MMR away from you.
No, stay away, Poppy, stay away. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4 gates in the main and 2 in the natural. It's going to be a 6 gates, 2 base all in. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go.
6 gate Clever devs.
Oh boy, the Adepts are moving out across now. The Prism is coming up behind this as well to reinforce. Dark has confirmed that something is amiss, and his response is not going to be roaches.
Yeah. Banelings. This... I have no idea how this works. I don't think I've seen someone defend glaives with Ling Bane outside of my own, like, Diamond League games.
It's
I have no idea if this is meant to work. I feel like it's not.
Yeah, so fun fact, earlier today in Hero versus Dark in their series, Hero did go for Glaive Adepts as well, and Dark did respond with Banelings. It was a little bit different because Hero also went DTs with it as well. So it got a little bit complicated, but as you were saying, Dark, his role here is to try to catch these shades with his Banelings. The Banelings are so crucial in the defense. If they
Oh, okay, good connections, really good connections. MaxPax a little bit sleeping on the job, probably not expecting Banelings there, and he does commit to the shade. This is a fantastic spot for these Adepts to be in, but their numbers have been hurt. The Queens are going to be able to start battering them down now, and Dark is actually crushing this push.
Yeah, the Baneling connections were just too damn good. We do see a commitment to the shade, and we do have more warp-ins, and what's scary is that there are no Banelings ready for this. There are 2, 3 being morphed in, but the Adepts are not stopping.
They are not, but they've only got 4 drones at this point, and this is so all in for MaxPax. There's absolutely no way that he can be transitioning out of this unless he gets a very large amount of damage. He has to make this snowball out of control, but I mean, have a look how many adepts there are. If he can get those shades in and scout out where the banelings are, get a little bit creative with how he shades in, I think there is potential here, but it's definitely going to be complicated.
It really is. We do see a lot of Ling Bane here in the main base. Meanwhile, the adepts are going toe-to-toe with the queens instead. There are no transfuses left, but there are plenty of queens here to push this back in. Dark, I don't know if you saw, he even droned in the middle of that.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
This is not working out for MaxPax. He's in a really rough spot now.
He really is. It looks like he's setting up for an expansion, but transitioning from here is going to be so difficult. He still has a lot of adepts, to be fair, and he can still slip into one of these bases, but the longer this goes on, the more banelings Dark is going to have to defend.
Yeah, looks like he's tossing up between going for another full warp in here or possibly going for that Nexus. Nice little fake move with the empty prism there to try to bait out some of that Ling Bane, make it commit to the main there. That's exactly what he's going to be doing, so I think he can look to take the fight with the queens here.
Yeah, he can fight the queens, but there are banelings here as well, so he has to be very careful. You see the banelings rolling on in. They do force a cancel on that warp in.
Yeah, the War Prism also just in range of that Spore Crawler there, so has to back off before it takes any hull damage. Definitely don't want to be taking hull damage when there's so many queens around.
Yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, back at home, MaxPax, he throws down a third base. He also has a Bay on the way to try and transition into Disruptors, but as you were saying, the transition is going to be very kind of shaky here from MaxPax. He still needs to find some damage.
Yeah, he really does, and it feels like that window's gone. I mean, there we go. Demi's weighing in the chat, doesn't like the banelings. I really didn't like the banelings either, but it looks like MaxPax was not prepared for them at all.
Yeah, the first baneling connections were the most important, and they kind of stopped MaxPax from snowballing from that point. He was having a really hard time gaining ground. We do see a couple more drones going down here, which is nice, and Dark's drone count isn't amazing, but he is currently droning.
I do love this as well. Dark's gone for 10 queens. This is a very fearsome force to have to deal with. And I really like how this works. So I think I'm piecing together how this works now with the Ling Bane defense. Basically, the queens can bully those adepts, and the adepts can never commit to the shades because the banelings sit right on top of the shades.
Yeah, exactly. So that in that way, there's no way to go into the main base. We do see the Prism trying to pull apart Dark a little bit, but by this point, there's just so much on the ground. Does target fire some of those drones, though? 3 more drones going down. Like, MaxPax has done a decent job at somehow dealing some damage.
Yeah, MaxPax is taking damage here and there. I just worry a little bit for his composition. I mean, once Dark gets into that +1, once he gets Bane Speed on the way as well, that's not really something that you're going to want to have mass adepts against.
Yeah.
I feel like they're definitely good against the Lings, but with that Bane Speed rolling in, he's going to have some insane level splits.
Yeah, exactly. And I like the Colossus coming out next, but I kind of wish we prioritized the Colossi. We have 2 Disruptors coming out instead, and it looks like MaxPax is going to be relying on those Disruptors to do some counter damage, to maybe even go for some Prism drops across the map. We'll see as, yeah, he's looking to pick them up.
Okay, yeah, good transition. Especially against these slow banelings, they will not want to have anything to do with these.
Yeah, exactly. Zooming across the map to try to find some more damage, whether it's with the Ling Bane or whether it's with, oh my god, whether it's with the economy. We do see him taking a little bit of damage by those queens, but we are going to get those Disruptor drops coming in towards the third. Up.
Yeah, great reaction from Dark here. Dark with a lot of static, a lot of queens as well. Definitely playing things super safe here. I suppose that he feels like he had a bit of an advantage here, but having a look at the supply, it's actually the Protoss that's quite far in the lead with the supply, and I'm not exactly sure how MaxPax has managed this.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's just been cranking out so many of these workers, and I guess you could also say that maybe we overmade the Ling Bane a little bit here in favor of not making workers, so because that Dark wasn't able to drone up as quickly as another player could have. Same with the timing on this 4th base. It's a little bit later, and now MaxPax is pushing out.
Yeah, that he is. He's got these sentries. He's got these Colossus as well. What an amazing timing that MaxPax has put together here.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Can this work? We do see Link's coming in from behind, though. He's going for a surround.
Massive surround. Beautiful stuff coming out from Dark. We are going to be having these Disruptors committing to try to take out some of the queens. They do damage a lot of them, but there are still transfusers here. The Lings go down with the banelings coming in afterwards, and the Colossus will be able to clean up the rest. So MaxPax with making the best of a terrible situation with that insane Lynx around the Dark God.
Definitely. At the same time, we do have adepts here at the 3rd base. They don't kill any workers, but they do shade in towards the natural. They're going to be soaking up all these banelings, and that means there's going to be less to defend against the push.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have more Colossus coming in for MaxPax here. Behind us, just going to be Lings and Roaches coming out for Dark. He does have that +2 melee on the way, which is a pretty crucial upgrade for the Ling Bane style here, but it's been forced as well to make Roaches just to help deal with the Colossus.
Yeah, exactly. He does have the Roaches, or it looks like MaxPax has realized that maybe he doesn't want to overstay his welcome. He does back off. He didn't really deal too much economic damage, though. Dark has defended, but MaxPax, his macro has been insane. His 4th is already fully saturated, as Dark is just now working on his 5th.
Yeah, that he is. MaxPax just continuing to be annoying here with the Speed Prism, with the Disruptors as well. And we find ourselves in what looks like a reasonably even game. I think with how many Roaches Dark has, probably give the edge to MaxPax still.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he did such a great job of keeping his robotic units alive here, and it's only going to get better for MaxPax with more Colossi coming out. The Templar Archives just finished up 4 Archons as well, and we do see MaxPax still sharking around with this Prism, still looking for some more damage.
Yeah, definitely. A 5th is going to be on the way for MaxPax here, so economically he's putting himself into a wonderful position, and he has an army that's going to be extremely difficult to push into. So I do like this. I do like this way of playing it out as well. Oh, what a scout!
I was waiting for the disruptor drop. I was waiting for it, but as you said, a massive scout here on the mass Baneling run by on the right hand side. At the same time, the main army is pushing towards that 5th base. A lot of Roaches here. Can MaxPax hold on to his 5th?
Yeah, Kenny, it's going to be forced to cancel here. Nice job as well throwing down those bars, but great defense by MaxPax. He is just everywhere defending these Baneling Trumbars. This would have felt a lesser play here. Absolutely, those +2 Banes rolling in at all the bases.
Oh, exactly. We do see a blink as well, blocking those Banelings from getting into that mineral line, and we do see, 13 probes go down, and Dark, he did finally find some damage, but it took a lot. He invested a lot of Banelings into that.
Yeah, he did. That was a lot of the Banelings coming down, but I mean, his injects have been up to the task. He does immediately remax. He will be flooding in Lings, really trying to do this kind of trademark move of his, just creating chaos absolutely everywhere in this mid game and running over his opponent.
Yeah, he forces a recall. The wall is non-existent. Everything does crumble here. We do have Colossi, so these things are going to be cleaned up, but at the same time, in comes Dark once again, making sure that 5th base does not get up and running. Up!
Oh, the Disruptors are here for the defense, but that's the 2 Disruptor shots are down. Very good value there, but that does mean that Dark should be able to come on him up here. We do have the army rerouting, trying to get out from the main towards his 4th.
Yeah, exactly, but it looks like MaxPax has gotten here in time. Ooh, a lot of probes are going down, though, in that mineral line. No Banelings, but the Lings still are just chewing through those probes.
Yeah, 15 probes go down. Dark has created just enough chaos here, but we have 5 Colossus. MaxPax looking threatening here, looking like he's going to do that Protoss thing where, you know, they lose all of their economy, they lose everything, but they just have the most insane army. You can never kill it. They walk across the map, you die.
Oh, you've been Protoss too, I see. Here we go. Bailey's being morphed into the main base as well. They're going to get cleaned up. We just see a massive Bailey run by head towards the natural base, but as you were saying, MaxPax is all in. He doesn't care about his bases back at home. He cares about the main push, and we'll see if he can end the game with this army.
Yeah, I mean, Dark, he's just forced to continue to try to counterattack. We do have these Ravagers and Roaches trying to find an angle on the Colossus, but 5 Colossus have a hell of a lot of firepower. Dark recognizes that he can't really fight into this army, but he's not going to have too many options very soon.
Yeah, a lot of the Banelings do get taken out. We do have a decent chunk of Roach Ravager here, but can they really hold on long enough? We do see every mineral line, of MaxPax is under fire, is going down. There's no way out of this. He has to make this push work here and now.
Yeah, MaxPax down to 34 probes. The economy has been absolutely ransacked. Dark doing everything he can to try to bring some units back home. He just has to desperately counterattack, as this is an almost unengageable army. I love that he sends all of the Lings away. Lings are not going to be doing anything at all against an army like this.
Yeah, exactly. With 4 Colossi, Lings are going to get shredded. The Roach Ravager, the Biles are connecting. They take down one of the Colossi.
The Biles, the dancing back and forth. Dark is doing a brilliant job of this, but this Warp-in of Zealots here is really threatening to him. It's taking the Ravagers down so quickly right here, and he's doing as much as he can to distract MaxPax with the Lings to make sure that these Biles can land, but we still have at least these 2 Colossus, the 2 Disruptors, drones being pulled into Colossus. I think it might actually work here.
Yeah, exactly. We're running out of steam. MaxPax is running out of army. He does barely save 1 Colossus, but that is all he's saved. At the same time, we do have a bit of a Zealot run by here, but Dark, his economy is still perfectly fine, relatively fine to what he has, and Dark, he holds.
He kills a Colossus. That is the main thing here, and that was an absolutely insane hold from Dark. That looked so difficult to make happen, but all the kiting, all the Biles are really the money makers there, and it came across from the chaos it is creating as well, the counterattacks, not allowing MaxPax to give his full attention at all times.
Exactly, MaxPax is paying too much attention back at home, saving that mineral line here towards the north, warping in some Zealots, going for Zealot counterattacks as well. It was just a little bit too much, and Dark has done a great job at pulling away his attention. And now, MaxPax, he still has a threatening army, but he's only down to 1 Colossus.
Yeah, and that's kind of the key here. Without that Colossus, Dark can go back into Ling Bay, but no, the Colossus goes down. The Prism just strayed a little bit too far to get the pickup there. We see these these Archons getting focused down as well. All of them pretty low on shields, 2 of them already going down. And the Prism having to warp in so dangerously close to these Ravagers now.
Exactly. It looks like the Biles will be avoided, but the Banelings crash on in. There's only 1 Archon and 2 Zealots left, and it looks like this should barely be enough. We have some cute micro here, and we're sniping some of these Ravagers, but this is the army. 1 unit, 1 Archon.
Yeah, he's making it close. He's making it close, but he's making it close in this one little skirmish here. He's winning the battle, but he's lost the war here.
Yeah, we're down to 39 probes in total. We barely have an economy running for MaxPax. He's trying to rebuild with Charge Lot Archon, but Dark is actually still not droning, by the way. So his economic situation isn't amazing, but he's just rebuilding more and more Ling, Roach, Ravager. He's got +3 on the way as well.
It's rebuilding with Archon. Those 4 Archons, that's everything that he has right now. And against this many Roaches, I think it's time to go, unfortunately.
Yeah, like what else can really be done here? I mean, he can harass a mineral line, and hey, he's going to be picking off some of these drones. He's going to be keeping Dark's attention at home as well, and we do see Disruptor on the way. Some more High Templar, some more Charge Lots, but though he run by.
Yeah, this little Ling run by going to do a hell of a lot of damage. We do have a small army here from MaxPax. There's going to be enough here to push this back, but I think with a few Roaches added to that, or even just a Roach run by, or a Bane run by, that could be the end of MaxPax's economy. This is some really nice micro from MaxPax, and he's being extremely annoying with this Prism, but it feels like it's just delaying the inevitable at this point.
It really does feel that way. He is that Baneling run, but we do see MaxPax responding very quickly to it, and the Banelings aren't going to get anywhere near that mineral line.
Yeah, 10 probes going down anyway, but 11 drones going down for Dark. MaxPax, this would be an absolutely insane comeback if he could make it happen, and he is keeping Dark back at home, but this is a great Ling run by. Nice blocking from the Zealot warp in, but every single Zealot's going to be going down in the flash of an eye. We do have Adrenal for those Lings, so these buildings, they are going to evaporate.
Oh, they really are. The mineral line goes down 18 probes. Something that we cannot afford to lose right now. The Archons are getting in position to defend, but they arrive a little bit too little too late. The Ling counterattacks are not stopping.
Yeah, with those Archons being dragged up into the main, the 5th here is exposed. It will be going down. The buildings are going to be going down as well. The Disruptor gets caught out as well. The attention to detail from Dark, fantastic here. 23 probes going down in total. MaxPax desperately trying to hold on right now.
He really is, and he's got 4 bases, sure, but he's down to 31 workers. It looks like the Prism is coming back home as well. MaxPax has realized that he needs his Archons back at home, otherwise he's just going to lose everything, and Dark is just relentless. He just doesn't stop with his counterattacks.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely the name of the game here. We are going to be having a little scouting zealot being sent out by MaxPax. He's going to try to make this attack happen, but at the same time, wow, beautiful splits. He's going to be minimizing the damage. I don't think Dark minds though. He just wants to force his fight. He's going to get the fight. Really nice juggling on the Archons, but it is not enough. GG.
GG, well played. MaxPax will take game number 1. Sorry, Dark will take game number 1 and take the crown from MaxPax. Oh.
And it wasn't easy though. He was really gripping onto that thing.
GG. This is what it took. It took Dark to stop the win streak of MaxPax. He had 18 wins in a row. And even here, despite the fact that the Glaive Adept all-in, the 6k Glaive Adept all-in off of 2 bases didn't work, MaxPax still made a close game out of it. Jesus.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, you could see all his skills on display there. So, yeah, really impressive game. And now, who will be able to take down Dark?
we replace one Tyrant King with another. Oh my god. Long live the King here, as Dark is going to be claiming the throne. He's going to be claiming that crown, starting off with a single win under his belt. But can anyone bring him down? I love that we saw a couple of the players showing up in the chat. Like NightPhoenix is like, really? Dark is here? What the hell? Like,
yeah.
What are we supposed to eat, Poppy? Oh, smooch, Poppy, smooch. Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be tough work, but I don't know. There definitely could be a player that's up to the task here, and what a feather in their cap it would be.
It really would be amazing here. And again, these are best of ones, so anything can happen. Now we do see the win counter has been reset. But regardless, massive shout out to MaxPax, because winning 18 games in a row is not easy, especially with the caliber of players here at OSC, in OSC Elite. So very well fought to MaxPax. Very well done.
Yeah, insane, really.
Absolutely insane. And now we have another European Protoss player that's going to be rising to the challenge. MaxPax has fallen, but Krystianer is rising to the challenge.
Okay, so Krystianer, another Protoss going to be stepping in, and one of probably only just one rung down from MaxPax. Really, he's up there. He's a very strong Protoss player.
Oh yeah, he is up there, and I love that people are like, how do we bring down Dark? Kuro's like, time to send in Eric. Send him in, Poppy. Send him in. Wouldn't be a bad choice. Wouldn't be a bad choice. And I think that goes to show as well that, you know, maybe there's some aspects of Dark that can be taken advantage of. Oh boy, we'll see. We'll see what Krystianer has in store for us. We'll see what Demi, NightPhoenix, all these other OSC Elite members that are now looking upon their new king and they're devising how to kill him.
It's NightPhoenix to kneel behind him, and then Demi to distract him and then push him over.
It has to be a team effort, you know. NightPhoenix, he'll be behind him to trip him over. We have like Krystianer and Gerald to hold him down.
Yeah, you take the legs, you take the body.
Oh my god. We need a team of 15 pro gamers to bring him down, mate. Let's go, let's go.
Why assemble that pro gamer SWAT team squad?
SEAL Team 6, yeah.
Sure, why not? The Dota Team 6. Let's go. We need Dota heroes to take him down.
Oh no. Well, Demi's definitely going to be a part of that one.
True.
True.
Demi's quite good at Dota.
Yeah. A lot of the Oceanic players play it. Smooch. But yeah, currently the players are just conducting their vetoes. They're just getting ready for their next game. Oh boy, and the night is still young and full of terrors. You know, there's still plenty more games ahead of us here. That was game 1 of 15. Ooh.
There's no Terrans.
Oh,
They're gone.
what are you
Extinct race.
What are you talking about right now?
Over.
ByuN, I'm sure ByuN will show up at some point. Just for you, Poppy. Just for you.
Yeah, sure.
Oh god, smooch. How you been, Poppy? How you been? How's your day been, mate? What have you been up to?
It's been alright. I went out, touched some grass, got
Oh.
a coffee with some friends, and then we got Bunnings sausages. Very Australian afternoon hangout.
I've never heard that before, but I love the idea of having an outing just for Bunnings sausages. That's amazing.
Well, it wasn't for it, but we walked past it on the way here, and the cafe that we went to, they weren't doing food anymore, so we were just like, well, let's just go get some Bunnings sausages.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's great.
Let's go. Mate, it's been years since I've had Bunnings sausages. but like it's like imprinted in my mind. I know it's good. It's just I haven't had
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Always good.
Add like crack to it or something. I don't know. Like
it just, I don't know. It just kind of tastes different when you eat it outside a hardware store.
Yeah. Yeah, the vibe is a little bit different. It just adds to the flavor. It's just it's
I wonder, it must be really weird as well for like, I don't know if it's, surely that's not a thing in other countries that you get like food outside
true.
A hardware store.
Yeah, yeah. So for those,
and it's like a thing on the weekend as
yeah,
well.
100%. It's like it's the thing to do.
It's an institution, yeah.
For those wondering who are watching right now, maybe not, you know, from Australia, Bunnings is a hardware store here. It's a big hardware store chain, and every weekend they have like a barbecue outside the store. I mean, all the Bunnings do this, and you're free to go there and get some sausages and chill out.
Yeah, it's always run by like Rotary clubs and charities and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk about sausages in a moment. Because in the bottom left-hand corner, with a big Protoss sausage himself, it is playing for Blazer, Krystianer.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood with the biggest of all sausages right now, with a crown on top of his sausage. Oh my god. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the current King of the Hill, with 1 win under his belt, but a big win. It is Dark.
Going up against the Kielbasa.
Oh my god. I see in the chat, in the US we're lucky to get popcorn at a hardware store. Smooch.
No, we just, there's always, the charities just always run a little stall.
Yeah.
Or like a little barbecue out the front. And I guess I'm trying to think of any equivalent. I guess like Aldi has meatballs, like that's a thing too.
I didn't know that was a thing. What? Aldi has meatballs?
Yeah, you can get really good meatballs from Aldi. That's like half the reason. Not Aldi. My God. The other thing with 4-letter word, IKEA.
Yeah, IKEA, yeah.
The IKEA meatballs,
Yeah. That makes sense.
They're amazing.
No, but that's different though, because that's a part of IKEA. Like that's, you go in and you can get food inside, you know? It's like,
yeah.
It's
the end of the trip.
Yeah.
It's the reward for getting out alive.
Yeah, the Swedish meatballs. Getting out alive.
Yeah.
It's dangerous, Papi. The furniture.
It is.
Yeah.
I never knew. I've only been once. I went recently. And I didn't realize that you're not really supposed to leave. You're just meant to stay there and walk around in circles forever. If you get out, it's by accident.
Oh, so you're saying you go in and then there's no way out. Like suddenly you turn
You just
around.
live there now. Yeah.
You turn around, the exit is gone. There's just like a brick wall, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, you walk through the kitchen area, then you get to the bedrooms,
Yeah.
and then you get to the kitchen area,
Yeah.
and then you get to the bedrooms.
Yeah. And you're like, wait.
And then you turn around because you're like, well, I just came from the kitchen, and then you're at the kitchen again.
Yeah. There's no way out.
You ask for help, and they tell you in Swedish, and you don't speak Swedish. They do offer you meatballs.
I was about to say,
Like, you're gonna need to eat something. You're gonna be here for a while, buddy.
You ask for help and they give you their balls, mate. It's just that's all you get. That's all you can get. It's over. Sounds like a great time.
The Bunnings sausage was good. Bunnings sausages, top tier. Next one down is the democracy sausages. They go pretty hard too.
What is democracy sausages? What is that?
When you go to vote and you get a sausage.
True. No, yeah. The patriotic sausages. It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah, democracy sausage.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Vote with your sausage, puppy.
Oh, I will.
How you make important decisions in life.
Oh my god. What was the other one that I was about to say? I guess the other one, it's a little bit different because it's soccer club related, but if you ever go to like the football fields on the weekend, mate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Get the orange slices.
Let's go, Papi. Let's go.
And the watermelon.
Oh. It's the only reason to go. But we do have our game on our hands. Nothing too crazy. It was a typical Stargate opener, a pretty standard hatch gas pool as well. So thankfully we didn't really miss out on too much. We have our follow-up though.
Yeah, so Krystianer, he's not going to be taking a third. He only made the one Oracle behind this, going for the Twilight Council, going for Robo as well. So it does look like he is going to be going for some kind of all-in off the back of this. He's going up to 4 gates already, and just trying to take a look to see what he's warping in. I think he's going to be spreading a bit of disinformation here if he can, as he does warp in those 2 Adepts, but he is looking like he's going to take a third, and if I don't see any more gateways, I'm not really sure what this is.
I mean, we have a Prism on the way, so it does signify aggression. We do have that Templar Archives as well, so we can warp in a couple of High Templar across the map, morph in those Archons, and just warp in and reinforce with those Zealots. I say Zealots, but we don't even have an upgrade on the Twilight Council.
Yeah, he's taking a third as well. I don't know if I just don't know anything about PvZ, but I don't think I've really seen a 4-gate into a third that many times before.
Yeah, it's really interesting here because Krystianer is being he delayed his third by a long time here, and he had to because he didn't invest into too many Oracles, and he's just teching up really quickly instead. So kind of like a tech-heavy style overall. There we go. There are those Archons on the way. We are starting with Immortal production as well. Behind this, though, Dark is going into his pretty standard setup. A lot of Lings, Papi. A lot of Lings.
Very early Archon Immortal, and I wonder how this is going to go against Ling Bane. I feel like the Immortal is definitely not what you want, but the Archons should do quite well.
They really should. Before that happens, the Lings are going to be taking down these Adepts here. We only have 1 Oracle, bear that in mind, so soon it will run out of energy, and we have a massive swell of Lings. At the same time, though, we do have that Archon drop into the main.
Oh, it's an Archon drop. Okay, that makes sense. I think we saw this a couple weeks ago. I can't remember if it was Krystianer. And I remember finding it very weird at that time as well. But yeah, here we go. Dark going to be forcing the energy out of the Oracles, forces the energy out of the shield battery overcharge as well. There is going to be an Archon finishing up, so definitely don't want to be fighting that near that battery. And we do have a Roach Warren being thrown down as well for Dark.
Yeah, this feels like a really safe way to play, by the way, because we do have +1 range on the way. We're saturating our third base. Again, we just teched up really quickly. We have all these Archons to defend, and against this Ling-heavy style, like, this is working out quite well for Krystianer. He's free to saturate this third unhindered, and he's forcing Dark to tech.
Yeah, it looks like Darky is going to have to go in a few different directions here. We do see behind this Krystianer going to be going for charge rather than blink. This is all kind of coming back to me. I can't remember if it was Krystianer that was doing this, but I remember someone doing this and slowly piecing it together as it was happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've also seen Hero do a version of this as well, just very slow, very defensive, very passive style. And Dark is kind of playing into it because he's not... There are 2 ways to approach this, right? You can either like hyper expand and drone up quite heavily because, you know, there aren't any Stalker pushes coming your way. But no, Dark is making a massive army right now. He's got all these links and he's making roaches behind this as well. He's not saturating his fort.
Yeah, we see a bit of a wall check coming out from Darky. He's going to be slowly piecing together what the army looks like here for Krystianer. 3 Immortals already, and just continued Immortal production, continued Archon production as well. Krystianer's looking to put together a very powerful 3-base army, and like you're saying, it's a little bit odd that Dark isn't opting to use the space that is being given to go up into a 5th, to drone heavily, to just pull this game away from Krystianer, maybe cover this map and creep while he can as well, because this army doesn't really seem like one that would like to move away from batteries.
That's the thing, right? Like, Krystianer, he's being like Demi, he's being like Showtime defending here on these 3 bases, but now he's moving out, and oh my god, we do see Lings going for us around. Ooh, almost catching those Immortals.
Yeah, and he sees everything. This is really important. Dark gets a full scout on what the army is. He's just trying to delay as much as he can. He has +2 Bane speed on the way, making Ravagers, making Lings as well. Desperately trying to put together something that can deal with this army. He will have Roach speed finished up, which is going to be really nice to help kite the army while staying away from the Immortals.
Yeah, exactly. We do have those Roaches on the way. Baneling speed as well. Those Banelings are being morphed in. We do see a massive Ling run by, but the Zealots are warped in back at him to defend.
Yeah, they are, and now Dark trying to put together this defense, and the Archons, they absolutely shred the Lings here. The Lings trying to get on top of the Immortals here. Big warp in of Zealot's going to be protecting that Immortal at the back there. That was very cute.
Yeah, the Lings coming from behind, but the Zealots coming from behind as well. The Lings all get annihilated. Now the Immortals are getting on top of the Roach Raptor. Hey. That's a lot of Immortals.
I think he might be doing it. We have 5 Immortals. We have the Archon here for the juggle. The Zealots taking down everything. The Queens are in big trouble. They're taking They're way over to the War Prism, trying to take the War Prism down, but they will not get the War Prism. I think Dark has been taken out on his first tenure as king already.
Wow, it's going to be a short tenure as well. Only one win under his belt. The Immortals power on through. The Chargers are getting on top of the Red Raptor. GG gets called, and Krystianer takes down Dark.
Yo, what was I thinking? Dark going for a run at being king, you know, for the whole time? No way, not when Krystianer's around.
Krystianer's like, welcome to OSC King of the Hill, mate.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed your stay. It's a short one, buddy. Get out of here. Ay, ay, ay. Oh. Wow. GG.
GG. So, yeah, just not really being able to piece together what was happening. A little bit of indecision as well, taking down the War Prism. And, man, there we go. Dark takes out MaxPax, immediately loses the next game. And neither Dark nor MaxPax are going to be the king.
There you go. Neither one of them. They both get taken out in the end. It could be one of those weeks. We've had them before, Asher, where the reign of these kings don't really last too long, and we get game after game after game after game, just switching hats back and forth. So that could be the case this time. Again, going back to that game, it does feel like Dark, he either misread the situation or he just wanted to be the aggressor anyway, you know, where he saw like this kind of slower defensive style. He wasn't droning, he wanted to be aggressive, he wanted to be active, he wanted to try and take out his opponents, maybe not respecting Krystianer too much. I don't really know if that's a name that Dark is too familiar with. So yeah, as a result, he wasn't able to muster up a large enough army because he didn't have a good enough economy early on to kind of sustain that. Ooh.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just very weird build, something that Dark probably hasn't seen before.
Sure, yeah.
Probably wasn't exactly sure how to deal with it all. I think the thing that was really weird about that attack is Krystianer looked like he was about to go for an attack the entire time.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't really blame Dark for making units, because it wasn't really clear when the attack was going to be happening.
Yeah, you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. So Dark on the edge of his seat there gets bamboozled a little bit, and it's your boy, Papi, because now we have our challenger. We have our contender, mate. You've been asking for him for weeks, for months, every time. Just for
Wait,
you,
is it actually ByuN?
Hey. It's ByuN. It's ByuN.
Yo, let's go. What the hell is going on?
Hey, everyone's got to eat, Papi, you know? After a long hiatus, ByuN used to be a regular, and then I think ever since maybe the start of the year, it's been a long time since we've had the luxury of casting ByuN in OSC King of the Hill, but tonight, he makes his return.
Man, Eddie's worked out what pro gamers eat. He's found the brand of cheese that they liked, and he's laid out the trail, and he's caught himself a big one.
Is it the cheese or is it the sausage, Papi? What?
Kielbasa.
It is a Sunday, you know, it's the weekend, you know, maybe Eddie, he went down to his local Bunnings, he bought sausages in bulk for the gamers, mate, for the pro gamers. Let's go.
He brought the ByuN lure. How to catch a ByuN.
Let's go, Papi. I mean, hey, he caught him, but how long can we hold on to him, especially because, as we've seen, it doesn't matter how good you are, whether you're MaxPax, whether you're Dark, these are best of ones, so you can get taken down real quick, as this is going to be on US Central, by the way. So,
I was just AFK, that's fine.
okay.
I'm here, Poppy.
Get
me in.
Here we go. Kind of a crazy turn of events here, but could this be the start of a long reign? I don't know, maybe. We've been fooled before.
Yeah, could it be? Here we go. We are going to be going into this one. Bit of a TVP, and ByuN, definitely one to watch in TVP. Kind of has his own way of playing it. Doesn't really care what the opponent's playing sometimes. Just goes for these constant attacks.
There you go, mate. There you go. We can see Eddie confirming in the chat, by the way. Players will do anything for a snag, mate. OSC Bunnings sponsorship incoming. Let's go.
King of the Bunnings. Okay, here we go. Spawning. In the top right-hand corner of the map. Come back down, puppy. Come down. He's there. He's there. Don't leave me. Playing for Rebellion, it is the South Korean Terran in the blue. This is the man we've all been waiting for, ByuN.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Protoss player. He is pink. He's a Polish purple people eater representing Team Blazer. It is Krystianer, the Dark Slayer, the current King of the Hill.
Usurper.
The usurper himself, the Kingslayer, if you will. Ooh, and now, as he, cleans off the blood of the previous king from his crown, we'll see if he can hold on to it any longer here, because ByuN is a pretty big name. He's got a pretty big sausage himself.
He's a Terran. That's all you need to know, right?
Oh.
Unwinnable.
PvT is unwinnable. You're not wrong. But yeah, ByuN, of course, he has been quite active in the online tournament scene. He's making his return here to OSC King of the Hill as well. I'm curious to see what he has in store for us in this TVP, going for a Rax Expand. What seems to be a Rax Expand.
Yeah, it's going to be a standard Rax Expand. It looks like he's going to go to CC on the high ground as well. This is something that ByuN does a lot. I couldn't tell you why. Maybe it's to confirm this probe. I don't know. It seems to be like mostly for a mind game. The mind game, I don't understand how it works when the player's already seen the single gas, because there's not really too much else it could be unless it's a proxy, I guess. I mean, yeah, it does force the probe to go up and confirm, which means it's going to die to the Marine. So there's some value there, but I don't know if that's enough value for the time that it takes to float it down. It's weird.
It's enough value for ByuN. It's because I agree. I feel like that's the only real benefit of it, and maybe ByuN just feels safer anyway. Sure, this is going to hurt his economy, but I guess ByuN is more than happy to hurt his own economy a little bit in favor of confirming that probe kill.
Yeah, interesting. But here we go. We are going to be having this adept being sent across the map. That is kind of the other thing that I guess it helps with, is just if it was a very early proxy, seeing as he didn't scout. He doesn't really know that. It just makes sure that he's safe, I guess. Anyway, we're going to have the CC finish up. We're going to have those 3 Marines coming out now, so ByuN is relatively safe at this point.
Yeah, there you go. He is going to be relatively safe. We do have that 1-1-1 follow-up. We do have a Widowmine drop being set up as well from ByuN. Meanwhile, Krystianer is going for that Stargate opener, and we have our first Phoenix on the way.
Okay, now ByuN as well, he opted to skip the Hellion, so he's gonna have no clue that this is Stargate.
Yeah, he won't know until he face checks with his drop, which is always a scary thing. We'll see if he's going to be able to avoid the scouting and the Phoenixes, as the first Phoenix is actually going to be moving out across the map.
Yeah, it is, and it looks like it is going to fly straight into this mine. Oh, he unburrowed. Oh, that's such unfortunate timing. Oh, he thinks it's a sentry.
Yeah,
Paused.
Oh. Do you think Krystianer's like,
Paul spams him?
Do you think he's like, what just happened? Why? Oh my god. But hopefully everything's okay. It looks like we have maybe some latency issues, or Uber Eats, or maybe the snag arrived. Eddie snag.
Oh, true. It's like I got the snag. I don't need to play anymore. It just leaves.
Let's go. But I mean, look, he may just want to finish it before he plays. It's very tempting. It's very tempting. It's juicy.
Game resumed.
Alright, so back at it. ByuN sees the Phoenix, makes the Raven anyway, because he's a Korean Terran. That's what Korean Terrans do. Again, can't explain it. And they always get damage with it. Can't explain it.
You just have to be
Korean
good
Terran
enough.
Things.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, even though it's going to be difficult, he knows that, hey, if he pulls it off, it's going to be worth it anyway. And you know what? I believe in the power of ByuN. I believe in his ability to somehow keep this Raven alive from those Phoenixes.
You just have to not care enough, and it just works.
Yeah, you just don't put pressure on it, Just like, yeah, let it happen. Let it be.
Fair enough. As yeah, we are going to be having that Raven sitting here in such a way that it's going to be hard to snipe. It'll at least force those Phoenix to go through the ball of Marines if they want to try to take it out, and he will be able to see it and pull this Raven away. So clever positioning here from him behind this Krystianer. Going to be going for that quicker third, getting up the Immortal, going into Robo Bay as well. So looks like he is going to be opting for a Phoenix Colossus setup.
Oh, it's your favorite, Poppy. Let's go.
It's meta again, and I'm so sad.
It was
I hate it so much.
I guess it was a little bit not meta for a while, but yes, here we go. It is going to be that Phoenix Colossus. Relatively greedy here, but Krystianer had plenty of map control with those Phoenixes. Off of very few gateways, we can start that Colossus production. And yeah, he's not being too active with these Phoenixes, being pretty defensive back at home, but here we go. Finally, he is moving out.
Yeah, he's just chilling, waiting for an off-time drop or maybe the Raven, but ByuN is going to be playing it safe, doesn't really want to send any harass out of the map for it to just get picked off for free. He wants to bring this Raven for the push, and this is an important thing with Phoenix Colossus. Oh, as we have a big mine connection. If the Raven does get across the map and it can disable the Phoenix, disable the Colossus, there should not be enough on the ground to be able to survive a push, especially a Marine heavy push.
Exactly. Like, as we pointed out, there are very few gateways right now. There's very little on the ground to support this Colossus. Only a single Immortal. So this push from ByuN can do a lot of damage. And these Phoenixes are already weakened from that one big Widow Mine shot. And here we go. The army is moving out.
Yeah, the job of the Phoenix here pretty much is to kill this Raven, but looks like ByuN going to be getting across unhindered, and this is pretty disastrous for Krystianer. He really needs to try to take this Raven out, and there we go. He's going to go for it, and he gets it, but he pays for it.
He pays for it with every single Phoenix. 4 Phoenixes went down for that Raven, but you know what? That means that there is no disable.
Yeah, so ByuN, he's going to have to be creative about how he approaches this. He's going to try to zone out with the mines. He just goes for it. He's going to pull back before he loses too many Marines. And at this point, the scary thing as well, nice retarget, is there's no Phoenix. So there's not really anything to stop ByuN for going for the drop here. And there we go, he loads straight up as soon as that last Phoenix goes down.
Yeah, exactly. We're down to only one singular Phoenix remaining here for Krystianer. We do see ByuN rerouting his army over towards the left-hand side. So setting up a bit of a multi-pronged attack. We have the triple drop. Does get spotted by this pylon. And Krystianer, he's going to reroute his army. He's going to be a little bit distracted. And in comes ByuN.
I feel like if ByuN hits 2 spots, there's literally nothing Krystianer can do here.
We'll see if he can pull it off. Krystianer is responding here to try and save his third base. Widow Mine shot is going to be going off at the same time. Here comes the other drop.
I mean, there's no way. There's no way. I just don't see what he does. 15 probes go down. We're going to have a drop headed back into the main. There's going to be one Colossus trying to deal with this. The other side, that Nexus is going to be going down to the push from the Marauders, from the Marines as well. There is almost no mining from here from Krystianer, and he is trying to hold 2 armies with 2 Colossus right now.
And it's not going to work out. GG gets called, and ByuN dethrones the King of the Hill and takes the crown for his own as he takes down Krystianer.
Let's go. More ByuN. Gimme. More ByuN.
GG, well played. No bias, no bias. As we saw, a lot of that did come down to the fact that Krystianer, to be fair, he had to dive in to kill that Raven. Unfortunately, he got put into a position where he had to sacrifice all of his Phoenix for it. ByuN did such a great job at just babysitting and looking after that Raven all the way through, and in a way it did kind of pay for itself because Krystianer, he lost everything in the sky for it.
Yeah, I mean, he had to do that, really. If that Raven had gotten across and it disables the Colossus, ByuN just jumps on the Colossus, the game ends that way. Kind of doomed if you do, doomed if you don't, and it came down a lot to the fact that those Phoenix were already so bruised up by the mines.
Oh yeah. Yeah, one mine shot was all it took to just soften up so many of those Phoenixes. It did kind of create that opening, and GG, very well done by ByuN. He is our new king on the hill. Oh boy, and I love this. I've been missing this man so much. The pink Polish Protosses, they continue. They're filing on in one after the other.
It's a puppy.
Oh. The other one, Papi, the other one. Oh. Can you guess him?
Oh, Gerald, yeah. Thanks, chat.
You have to rely on chat. Gerald will be the next challenger here. One Polish Protoss falls, but another rises to take his place. Man, when you take down one, you gotta take them all down. You know, there's Gerald, Ziomek, Papi, Krystianer, Art. There's a lot of them.
At least it's just the same group, though. I feel like Chinese Protoss is multiplier. You take down one and two more pop up in their place.
Two more that you've never heard of, but they show up anyway, and they're suddenly like 6k on the Korean ladder. You're like, oh. I didn't know Triple H played StarCraft. I didn't know he was in China. Where'd he come from? Oh, it's crazy.
I don't know any Triple H moves. Is he the one that does the DDT?
I think so. I think that's him.
Does the John Cena 619?
That's all we know, Bobby. That's all we know. Yeah, it looks like the players are just going to be conducting the videos and getting this underway. ByuN, now our new King of the Hill, as expected, but we haven't had a single King tonight last more than one game.
Yeah. Is ByuN going to be the first to hold on here? His TVP is looking very solid here, so I'm feeling pretty confident, but, you know, Gerald, he has taken down some very top players. He's a scary player in his own right, so we'll have to see what kind of form that he's bringing out today.
Yeah, what is his form going to be? How will he differ from his countrymen, from Krystianer, is the question. And myself, I haven't been able to cast enough of Gerald recently. It feels like he was on a bit of a hiatus. He was kind of avoiding these OSC King of the Hills, but yeah, I guess it comes down to the snag. Like, even Gerald is coming back. It's amazing. Everyone's coming out. Let's go.
Hey, he regrew a mustache just for this.
It adds flavor, Papi. It adds flavor to the sausage. Let's go.
Nasty.
Oh my god. Have you ever grown out a proper beard? I know you've let it out a little bit, but
yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, as much as you've seen it before, I feel like I've grown it out pretty long.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's yuck, though.
Fair enough. I've never. I guess I could grow one out, but I've never tried to. I feel like there's a stage between like clean shaven and beard. There's like an area in between there where it doesn't look that great, and it's like
that's the best.
Through.
It's the 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah. Well, after the 5 o'clock shadow, after that, you know, like.
That's how I live, man. Don't knock it.
Like,
It is a bit itchy though.
Fair enough.
The 5-day stub was a bit itchy for sure.
Fair enough. One day, Papi, one day.
I believe.
No, not November.
Yeah, do it. No shave November, and then the casts will be always not November.
Oh my god.
Depends how much I like it, Pop.
Yeah, that's gonna be easy, mate. Just tell me when. Tell me when, and I'll be there. I'll arrive, Papi. I'll arrive.
Okay. Help. Chat, help me.
Oh god. Meanwhile, we have our veto of choice. ByuN, for those who may be wondering how this works, the king on the hill gets a singular veto, one veto to their name, and then the challenger can pick whatever map they want in the OSC King of the Hill map pool, which is a little bit different from the standard map pool. And ByuN, I guess maybe to no surprise here, I don't know if you have any insight on this, but ByuN has vetoed Neo-Humanity.
Yeah, that's fair enough. If I was playing a European Protoss, I would veto Neo-Humanity as well, because I do not want to be dealing with someone camping on Phoenix Colossus on that map.
Fair enough, Papi. Fair enough. And now that Neo-Humanity is off the table, we have our map of choice. Gerald is going to be challenging ByuN on Royal Blood.
Okay, nice. I think this should be a reasonably balanced map for both players. We played the last game on Royal Blood, right?
Yep.
Okay, so they agree. Good man.
Yeah, back to back.
Oh, no, doesn't that mean ByuN picked it?
No, the challenger picks. The challenger.
Was ByuN not the challenger last game?
No, yeah, ByuN did pick it last. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Interesting.
All right.
The narrative. Oh, yeah, an interesting choice here. So we're going to have a bit of a rematch here on the same kind of same staging ground where Krystianer did fall. You know, his royal blood is on the ground, and Gerald is going to have to poke it in. I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's there. It's happening.
It's all right. Just let it happen.
Yeah. I wanted to tie... Look, we have a king. We're on royal blood. It ties together in some way. Someone else can do it in the chat. It's fine. It's fine. Oh.
There's something there.
Yeah, there's something there. Something there. As Geralt is just asking for a moment to prepare himself to kind of, you know, think through his plan here to bring down this king. And I'm sure he was watching last game as well. I'm sure he was in the chat. I'm sure he's watching. I'm sure he has maybe another plan in store. It's possible as well that from beyond the grave, Krystianer is imparting a little bit of wisdom onto old mate Luke.
MaxPax.
maybe. Oh. As my question to you is, you know, we're working our way through this. If ByuN stays on, are you staying on?
No.
Okay. Fair enough, Poppy. Fair enough. I tried. Okay, I tried. But yeah, it is getting quite late here in the land of the Australians. It's getting quite late. We're nearing the midnight mark at this point, and you know, it's one of those things where Asher has to wake up in the morning like a normal human. Makes sense.
Like an animal.
Like an animal. Like an animal at the crack of dawn. The hell's wrong with you, mate? Aye.
Get woken up by Rufus to be fed.
True. Real fear.
I have to be milked like a cow.
What? Excuse me?
Isn't that when that's why people have to get up early on farms?
Yeah.
Milk the cows.
Let me milk you, Pappy. Let me milk you.
You don't have to get up early.
And who's gonna do it?
Okay. I hate this. As morning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. Playing for Shopify Rebellion. It is the Korean Terran in the blue. This is ByuN.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponent. We have... Uh-oh. He's not the pink Polish Protoss. He is the red Polish Protoss. What is going on here? Not even purple.
Regrettable.
Representing Storm Gaming, it is the challenger, the Gerald.
Hey, how do you expect to beat ByuN without picking pink? What's going on?
It's already over. I don't know what to say, because Geralt is usually one to pick pink. They are the pink Polish Protoss posse for a reason, and
yeah.
There's some disillusion in the ranks. What's going on?
Breaking the rules here. As we just say, Gerald gonna be checking here for an eBay block. Doesn't see anything, as ByuN's gonna be opening up double gas this time. So ByuN, you know, he wants to have a bit of fun. He got to have his more standard macro game, and he went, oh, that was a bit too easy, you know? I want to get a nice early mind drop. I want to harass with the Raven. I want to be poking around everywhere, being aggressive. And he's going to be opening up as well with a reactor first. Okay, so he seems to be aware that Gerald might not be scouting.
Interesting. So yeah, we have a relatively greedy opener overall, like no SCV scout, no delay on the first Reaper as well. I wonder if he's aware of how Geralt plays, or maybe he's just gambling. Possible.
He's not fully pulling out of gas as well. This might be some kind of all-in.
Yeah, only a singular SCV pulled out of one of those gas geysers here. He's pulling out a little bit more as well, but not completely, as he's making Reapers.
Oh, this is very cool. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a Mass Reaper Hellion build to start off with, and this is kind of wild, especially not knowing whether it's going to be Stargate or not, and it looks like it is Stargate as well.
Yeah.
This is a very aggressive build to go for, and it could be completely shut down by an Oracle, so it's a bit of a gamble too.
It is a bit of a gamble, but if we do see Gerald go for a Phoenix first instead, like, this can do a lot of damage. Phoenixes aren't really going to provide too much support whatsoever, and Gerald himself, as you pointed out earlier, isn't scouting.
The firstborn shall persevere.
Yeah, okay, it's going to be Master Reaper Hellion. I have not seen this recently. Very interesting opener. Should be opportunity for a lot of pressure here. If this Adept does get caught out on the map, it's probably going to be going down as well. So Gerald's got to be careful with this.
It really does. A shade is going to be coming across the map here, Gerald, looking to scout and figure out what is going on. But now we are up to 4 Reapers and 2 Hellions. They move out, and it looks like they will come across this Adept.
Yeah, Adept's going to be going down. It does get that crucial scout, though. We do see first unit's going to be a Phoenix. Will it be an Oracle here to follow up? No, it's going to be a second Phoenix here. So, okay. Looks like he's going to be mainly looking to defend with the battery here and with these Adepts. ByuN going to be respecting that for the moment.
Yeah, there we go. We do see him kind of divert his attention over towards the main base. We do see Adepts. They're going to be committing to the shade.
They are, but ByuN, he is the Reaper man himself. Beautiful micro coming out from him. Incredible stuff here. And he's going to be taking down both of these Adepts, only losing the one Reaper. Going to be forcing some lifts as well. And that's where the Hellions can start to run in.
Yeah, here we go. The Hellions do dive into the main base, but we're running out of Reapers here. We've also run out of energy on these Phoenixes. The boys are being pulled, and the Hellion is trapped.
Wow, yeah, the probe pops out in such a way that it traps the Hellion, and that battery in the main was brilliant as well, beautifully timed, and this is going to work out really nicely for Gerald.
A very solid defense here overall. Now, Gerald, he has that economic advantage. He's going for his 4th base immediately, and he also has that map control. I was worried he was going to get punished for not going for that Oracle, but no, clearly he had more than enough to hold.
Yeah, that's right. But ByuN here, he has hidden 2 mines in his base. I don't know where they are, but they're somewhere.
They are somewhere in the drop. Would you have a mine drop going across the map? Despite the fact we had Phoenixes, he has no fear. He does drop into the main base, and this is spotted by Gerald. Up.
Yeah, Gerald with a good pull, but he's still going to be losing a lot of mining time. But ByuN can continue to be annoying with these as well. Just burrow, unburrow, cause even more delays. And yeah, there we go. The mines go off. A lot of mining time has been lost there.
Ooh, at the same time, the medevac goes down in the middle of the map as well. The Phoenix only sustaining a little bit of damage as ByuN is going to be pushing forward here, but with the death of that medevac, yeah, he's going to have to turn back around.
Yeah, that was a cute idea, trying to catch the units out on the map, but it's not quite going to work out for him here.
Yeah, exactly. And now Geralt is free to expand. We have that famed Bay on the way, and Immortal as well. Phoenix Colossus, love to see it.
Yeah, Phoenix Colossus, once again, it is something that's becoming more and more popular in the meta. It was kind of always popular in European meta anyway, but it's something that we're starting to see. Even players like Hero, who are traditionally more aggressive, turn to. And yeah, it just kind of offers you very strong defensive capabilities throughout that mid game. It's a little bit vulnerable early, especially against someone who has a good start, but ByuN hasn't had the best start here, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we saw how ByuN was able to dismantle Krystianer in the previous game, but alas, he's not in that situation here against Geralt. Geralt, he has the map control, he has plenty of Phoenixes, and they are quite healthy, all things considered, and ByuN is having a harder time really asserting himself here, just waiting for his upgrades, waiting for stim, combat shields, and a couple more medevacs.
Yeah, that's right. So he'll have a timing a little bit later on, depending on how many Colossus there are out. I mean, he doesn't have the Raven or anything like that at the moment, so he's going to have to once again look to go for a little bit of multi-prong to try to make this work. For now, the name of the game is just preventing taking damage from these Phoenix, and he's doing a good job of that.
Yeah, he is, and there's that 3rd CC on the way, so he's not going to be looking to go all in or pull any of the boys. Nice mines are hidden behind that factory as well, waiting for an opportune moment for those maybe Phoenixes to overextend into the main.
Yeah, Gerald a bit too good for that. He does spot those units. One of the Phoenix going to be going down for the cost of that SEV building. Not the best trade there, but he avoids taking those massive mine shots that really made Krystianer suffer in that last game. This is a pretty hefty push though coming out for ByuN, and what's he going to be able to do with it? Let's have a look. We have charge on the way for Gerald, +1 on the way as well. Second Colossus should be out in time, but once again we see the unit count overall is reasonably low.
It really is. We have one Zealot, one Adept, one Colossus, and one Immortal right now. So this is going to be a tight hold here. ByuN is pushing on forward again. There is no Disable, but he has a lot of units on the ground.
Yeah, and this does tend to be the way with Phoenix Colossus. You don't have as many units, but what ByuN's able to do here is use these mines to zone him out a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. The third base is now under threat, and we can't really push in. The mine shots are going to be going off here, and the third base is going to be going down.
Yeah, third base in some serious strife here. It looks like the mines have been set off, and ByuN, he wants more. He wants his Colossus. He's going after them with the Marines, stimming over and over again, but no, he'll just finish off that base. He will get on out of here now that this bio is so heavily wounded.
Yeah, exactly, but that was well worth it in the end. I mean, the Colossus did survive, and so did the Phoenixes, but we lost 21 probes and the third base.
Man, the Colossus is shaking. These are the little guys, the Marines, standing up to the Colossus, and Colossus they used to have in their way. They used to be in the bullies, and they haven't really encountered ByuN Marines that just yell at them like that before.
They have been shaken. They are shook at the moment in their boots, but you know what? We have a third Colossi on the way. Gerald is working on his Gateway Army as well, but oh, he will lose another Phoenix out on the map.
Yeah, not ideal there. ByuN being very active with his units, and behind this, going to be able to pretty comfortably get up that third base.
Yeah, ByuN now taking that economic lead. He has the higher worker count. He has the higher base count as well. Gerald has not thrown down his backup third Nexus, by the way. He's going for a Prism. It looks like he's going to be forced into a big push.
Yeah, okay. And we do have, yeah, once again, the Phoenix being pushed out here. Gerald going to be going for a bit of a timing with the 3 Colossus, and this can definitely be difficult to hold. ByuN's done a good job getting out some extra Vikings here, but the micro needs to be good.
Yeah, we have 4 Vikings. We're about to have 6 Vikings out for ByuN. The mines are going to be covering the left-hand side, but ByuN is pushing on forward here. He's trying to assert himself on the map. He has to be careful not to be caught out, though, because Gerald is looking for that army. Oh!
Yeah, but ByuN, he is not afraid here. He's going to be running straight at this army, reshuffles those Marauders to the front, but this is very important as well. With an army like this, you ideally would like to be catching this army away from your base so that you have room to micro back.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be able to kite as much you can against the Zealots, against those Colossi. Here we go. Mine shots are looking to go off. Oh! Ooh.
Yeah, Gerald sees them, and very nice split there. Takes the first one pretty heavily, but second one is going to be prevented. Looks like he's going for a bit of multi-prong there as well. ByuN does spot it, but the Archon's getting on top of the Vikings. Good EMPs, should be taking those down. This fight was beautifully taken by ByuN, and there's just not really enough here for Gerald. GG.
GG gets called. The Archons, the Phoenixes, everything just gets dismantled there, and ByuN holds onto his crown, taking down his second Polish opponent.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there from ByuN. Controlled that game so cleanly from start to finish. His TVP is looking on point right now.
Yeah, GG, very well played. 2 different forms of Phoenix Colossus, and they just crumble before the might of ByuN. To be fair, we did see that he had a really crisp timing that he had to hit with his army, and not just that, but he also was able to position his army very well, kind of wedging himself between the natural and the third base, forcing Gerald to go through that minefield, forcing him to slowly go through it, giving him enough time to just take down that third.
Yeah, very cleverly done by ByuN. Pushes those units back into the natural, cuts it off with the mines, and then takes out the third. So, yeah, expert stuff, as we expect. Oh, yeah. And now we're going to need someone else to take down the ByuN Joie. We're going to need I think we need a different race, honestly.
Oh, we probably do, but that's not what we're going to get. Here we go, Bobby. Here we go. We have another European Protoss player showing up. It is a teammate of Gerald's, but a very different kind of player here. It is going to be MindelVK.
All right. So, yeah, a very different style of player here.
Yeah, and I feel like this is what we need here to spice things up, because I'll always remember last week in OSC King of the Hill when MaxPax went on his tear and he got 15 wins in a row. Honestly, the closest game that MaxPax had was against MindelVK, where MindelVK went for a 1-base 4-gate all-in. It was crazy, and he almost broke MaxPax. He almost was able to defeat him. It was so damn close. So, yeah, MindelVK, you know, he can definitely punch up at times. He can be very unpredictable and very aggressive.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
He does love to go for charge all-ins against Terran, which is a little bit unusual at this level, but he makes it work.
Yeah, he makes it work, and I'm sure ByuN isn't too familiar with MindelVK. MindelVK is a little bit more of a niche player in the European scene, so it's possible that could catch him off guard. We'll see if he's able to pull that off here. Before we get into it, though, ByuN, it is going to be his veto choice. It is his choice what he wants to get rid of. It should be near humanity again, right? I mean,
Depends if he knows who MindelVK is.
True.
I feel like near humanity is probably a good map to have against a cheesy Protoss, just because the bases are so compact. But yeah, I guess if he doesn't know who MindelVK is, he just bans near humanity again.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what he does decide to go for here. And, oh, it looks like it was vetoed. But we're going for a very different map instead. I love it. We're going for a larger map. We're going for Ancient Cistern.
I'm guessing altitude's not in the pool, right?
You know what? Let me just double check. It is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, your favorite map is in the pool, by the way. We got an updated map pool last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
what's my favorite map? I got a few favorites, and I don't think it's going to be any of them.
True. So we got rid of Romanticide, we got rid of 2000 Atmospheres, and we got rid of...
Oh, I love those maps. Those are two of my favorite maps, right?
I think we got rid of Ice and Chrome as well. And we've replaced them with Death Aura.
Oh, let's go.
Jagannatha.
Oh, yeah.
And Lightshade.
Ooh, actually, I really like Lightshade. I was a big fan of that map.
There you go.
There's some good maps there. I think Moondance is one of my favorite maps now.
Oh, you're an animal.
I didn't actually have... My win rates were not good on that map. But I like it anyway. As spawning here on the bottom left-hand corner of the map for Psystorm, it is the orange Protoss, MindelVK.
Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion, the current King of the Hill. It is ByuN.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, puppy. So for those wondering, we do have an alternative map pool available for OSC King of the Hill. We have your standard ladder maps, but we also have a couple of spicy ones thrown in there as well. But at the cost of, I believe, Dragon Scales. Dragon Scales is not a part of the map pool.
Could have been altitude.
I
could have had something beautiful.
Oh no.
A world without altitude.
What do you mean? You don't like the high mountain slopes, the snowy hillside? The altitude?
Yeah, it is a whole snowy hillside.
Oh.
Like it's an entire hill.
Yeah.
Not just a map, it's an area.
Join me.
Postcode.
You don't like altitude? Hey.
Awful.
It's a Terran map. What do you mean? Yeah.
Gross. So insulting.
As MindelVK, I believe he went for a 2-gate opener here. Yeah.
Yep. It's come for the double adapt, the Patty Max special.
Oh, let's go. Are we going to get the recall? Okay. I don't think he does that in TVP, unfortunately.
No, he just kills you.
Yeah.
As these two adapts going to be chronoed across the map here, and it's going to be the same opener coming out from ByuN, which is kind of scary. As much as Reapers and Hellions do well against Adepts, the numbers are not quite going to be there in time, I don't think so. He's going to need some very good micro.
Yeah, it's going to be really close. We're going to see these 2 Adepts and soon to be 4 Adepts going up against, I believe, 2 Reapers and a Hellion. So we'll see how ByuN is able to control. We'll see, likewise, how MindelVK is able to control and what he's going to be able to chase down and how he's able to deal with this army.
Yeah, there we go. ByuN gets eyes on this. He's going to be trying to run back on inside. Does close that door very quickly. Neat stuff there.
Oh, there we go. But the SCV is going to be going down at the natural base. The boys are being pulled.
Yeah, good idea to pull the boys there, and going to be having some very clean micro as well there just to tuck away that Reaper. With the 4 Reaper 2 Hellion, he does have a timing here right before these other Adepts meet up, and he is going to dive on that. He's going to go for it. He takes out 1 Adept, 2 Adepts, losing 1 Reaper and a Hellion for it. It's a great trade so far.
Yeah, exactly. So important that he was able to shut them down before the additional 2 Adepts did show up. We do see target firing onto that building SCV. He does get another one of those Reapers. Oh, he wants it. Oh.
He wants it, but he is not going to get it. Nice stuff coming out from ByuN, and ByuN just continuing to make Reapers and Hellions here. He wants to punish this opener. This is wild stuff.
Oh yeah, he's going for a counterattack as we speak. Back at home, what do we have to defend? We have 1 Stalker. We're about to have a shield battery. We have a second Stalker on the way as well.
Do we have a shield battery in the main?
Oh, we do.
Okay, nice. Should be okay.
Yeah. Now with another warp in, we do see ByuN just ignoring the army, just racing on through into the main.
Yeah, run straight into the main. Is going to be spotting out that shield battery, but looks like he's going to be able to DPS a couple of these probes down through it, but all in all, not the most successful. Pretty wild stuff to just run past these Stalkers like that. And it's not going to be paying off for him.
Yeah, the Hail Mary play to just dive into the main base. Unfortunately, it doesn't pay off, and immediately MindelVK is following this up with a Bay.
Okay, so I'm going to be going for a Robo Bay off 2 gates, so it looks like it's going to be a bit of an old school 2-base Colossus opening for MindelVK.
Yeah, here we go. We do have a Prism behind this as well, just to be that much more aggressive. At the same time, ByuN is going for his own Widowmine drop across the map. The Stalkers are going to be applying a little bit of pressure, but the bunker is done.
Yeah, the bunker is done. Is there a repair there though? ByuN, yeah, just being very comfortable, taking his time there. Doesn't want to lose too many SCVs. Good focus fire there, taking down one of those Stalkers. But the pull from MindelVK is on point. He's not going to be taking too much damage to this just yet, apart from that pull.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But you know what? The mine shots still have not gone off. They're going into the main base instead. We do have that burrow, and we have the retargeting. Oh.
Yeah, Stalker goes down, unburrow on the other mine, so perfection so far from ByuN with this mine drop, getting a huge amount of damage, and MindelVK not really able to get too much done in response. He just doesn't quite have the units either to be able to clean this up. He might go for the dodge here.
Oh my god.
Oh, ByuN's too good for that.
Oh, can you get it?
Oh, the prism, the prism.
Oh.
Oh my god.
The retargeting, it looks like, oh my god.
Oh no.
Maximum
No way.
damage. The Stalker and 2 probes.
And the mine gets out.
The mine scuttles away.
Is this prism vengeful? Is it going to track it down to make sure the Stalkers can get it? Oh, he gets it. Gets it with the medevac.
He gets it with
it out of there.
He's getting out, Pop. He's getting out.
He's an animal. He can't keep getting away with this.
We'll see if he can. Oh, the Stalkers are spreading out though. Oh no, he's coming back. He wants more.
No.
He wants more, Poppy.
Man.
There's nothing here. He's gonna get another mine shot off.
This is not allowed. You can't be this good at the game. That's just not allowed.
He's coming back, Poppy.
He's too good. Somebody stop him.
Someone stop this man, as we do have that boost on in. The mine is gonna burrow with no reaction. No.
No.
Oh.
Oy. What is happening right now? Is that a Liberator?
That's a Liberator in the main, mate. That's
come on.
My hands were off the keyboard as soon as the mine shot went off. But yes, we got to liberate the main. 12 more probes are going to be going down across the map. The Stalkers are looking for a way, and we have the Prism as well. But MindelVK, he just cannot find a way, and he's forced to recall.
No. ByuN, this is disgusting.
Oh.
Mate, I wanted ByuN all this time, but I didn't know that he was going to be... He's not had good manners. He's not been a good guest right now.
He's an animal, Poppy. He's an animal.
He is an animal.
That's why you like him, Poppy. You need to understand this.
True, yeah. I'm going to be studying these replays. I want to become this.
You disgust me. And here we go. ByuN is rushing across the map with his army with 3 tanks, marines, and marauders. This will be hitting with stim and +1. Meanwhile, MindelVK back at home. He does have a Colossi, sure. And he does have a Prism sneaking into the main base. Maybe he can wreak a little bit of havoc. Oh, that's a big army there.
Yeah, I know how this one ends.
Yeah. It's TVP, Pop.
Yeah, ByuN gonna be crawling forward slowly with these tanks and marines here, offering that firepower, good patience as well, not to go for that stim just yet. And yeah, I don't think there's really much that MindelVK can do at this point to stop these units from taking out the Nexus.
He's got a disruptor, but the Nova goes off and it does whip. The disruptor goes down to the tank fire as well. We have the overcharge, but it's not going to be good enough. It's barely trying to keep this Nexus alive, but the DPS is just too damn high.
Yeah, good patience from ByuN, finds the right moments, doesn't want to lose too many units all at once. We even have a Viking back here to deal with the Prism, and MindelVK just isn't able to get any warp in off anything like that. ByuN just shutting him down at every turn here.
Really is. At the same time, we don't have Blink, by the way, so the drops are going to be able to get away. MindelVK going to be forcing this back, where he did lose his third base. Going to be trying to retake it on the right-hand side instead, but ByuN is reinforcing for another push.
Oh my god. Where did that army come from?
It's macro, Bobby, macro. He's crazy. We have 5 tanks, a Viking, 12 Marauders, and 15 Marines. We have stim, combat shields, everything a Terran could ever want.
Yeah, I might not be studying these replays. I might just be having some quiet special alone time with these replays.
You're not going to be quiet, mate. Don't lie to us. GG gets called. ByuN takes down his 3rd European Protoss and will remain our king on the hill.
Uno mas.
Uno mas, papi. Uno mas. GG. Well played. ByuN takes another game here. He cannot be stopped by Protoss. But we'll see if anyone else can. Will it be another European Protoss? Will it be another race entirely? I did see NightPhoenix in the chat earlier. Maybe even Eba. I don't
Oh yeah, let's get Eba. Eba.
His Protoss? Oh.
Sure, why not?
Oh no. Don't do it, papi. Don't do it. Blame the color change. True, I agree with Blake Adu's in the chat. Aye. I think that was
Rookie
for Gerald.
mistake.
But yeah. Oh, just for you, Papi. Just for you. We're staying on the NA server. We have another European. Not a Protoss though. Not a Protoss.
Oh, it's a Terran. That's why you said that.
Yeah. Who is it, Papi? Who is it? European Terran. Who's it gonna be?
Hero Marine. Is it soon?
It's gonna be.
Oh, no. It's going to be Nicoract.
It's gonna be another player from the land of Poland. It's not a Protoss.
Spirit.
It's a Terran. It's gonna be Spirit. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, he might actually be able to beat him.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go, Papi. Let's go. So we have a TVT upon us here. Spirit, one of the best Terrans in all of Europe. Who better than to try to bring down ByuN?
Yeah, 100%. This should be a really good matchup between these two players. Spirit been showing some very good TVT lately, but ByuN not really one to play by the rules in TVT. It should be fascinating.
It really should be. I expect a high intense, high octane TVT before us. I hope so anyway. We'll see what the players do decide on that. As for the time being, they are still deciding on their map of choice.
Alrighty. It's TVT, doesn't matter.
You said it, not me. But yeah, it's great to see kind of a wider range of players here. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Hope everyone in the chat is enjoying themselves as well. So far, again, this OSC King of the Hill has been insane. It's been it's been crazy. It's been crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Lots of really big names here. It just seems to be more and more big names every week here.
That's scrolling up. I love this. No Clone's like, oh no, they're talking wrestling again. And then Emperor's like, if it's not wrestling, it's Fast and the Furious. They're not wrong, Papi. They're not wrong.
That was a while ago.
That's true. That's true. We need to bring
Bringing
it
up
back.
the past.
Yeah. Oh god.
I don't think I can talk about Fast and Furious until I've actually seen it now. Like I've used up all of my references without knowing anything.
You've exhausted all the families that you can.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It's like family. It's Tokyo drifting. It's The Rock flexing a cast off his arm.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I think he's like in the hospital for some reason because I think he's like he's part of the family. And in the whole movie he's in the hospital. Then at the end for the climax, he's like, mate, Daddy's gonna get to work, and then he just like he flexes off the cast that was around his arm, and he goes to work, mate. It's crazy. He 619s everyone. Oh.
It just goes back to the office. Starts typing, and it's like, ow, ouch.
He clocks into his 9 to 5, and that's the rest of the movie. We just have a camera on him on his PC. Beautiful.
I like it. You're onto something like that.
Oh my god. Okay. So you don't even need to watch the Fast movies. You already know what happens. You know what happens.
True. That's a really good point you're making there.
Oh god. As the players are just again getting ready for their maps, conducting their vetoes, making sure that everything is on the up and up. Oh, and what do you want to be seeing? Does I don't get to see a lot of Spirit's TVT, I'll be honest. I've seen a lot of his against Protoss, against Zerg. Does Spirit have any kind of crazy greedy builds in TVT, or is that just not allowed? Is that not
no. He plays pretty meta. I mean, like, Raxi expands are slightly in meta in TVT. I'd say you probably see them maybe a third to a quarter of the time at the moment, which is a lot in my opinion. But I would say ByuN's just as likely to do that as Spirit is.
Fair enough. Yeah, there are certain kind of play styles that don't really translate too well to some of the other matchups. They're not allowed as much, not allowed. But we'll see. I'm ready to be wowed. I'm ready to be amazed. I'm ready to have my eyes opened to how beautiful TVT can be as we have our map of choice. It's gonna be Royal Blood once again. Oh my god.
All right, so ByuN just sticking with the same map here on his reign. The Royal map makes a lot of sense. No blood yet though, not ByuN's anyway. I'm kind of interested to see what ByuN's TVT is looking like now, because I've just been not really paying that much attention because I don't know, there's not that much to learn from watching TVTs. But I do remember watching him playing in the Red Cross tournament.
Oh.
And his TVT looked ridiculous. He was just hitting this same timing over and over again and killing everyone. And it was just so clean. It was so straightforward. It was so cool to watch. I'm curious to see if that still has how he's approaching TVT.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, to kind of echo what you're saying, it's been like a month now since we've seen those initial 2 TVTs for the KSL finals against Maru. But it's been a while since that happened, you know, we haven't seen as much of it, and we'll see how this compares. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have the Polish Terran player himself representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Spirit.
You can't pay too much attention to the games versus Maru. They just clown against each other.
You're not wrong.
But here we go. In the top right-hand corner of the map, it is the Red Terran for Shopify Rebellion, and this is ByuN.
And as we get into this again, a massive shout out to Eddie in the chat. He's the puppet master behind OSC King of the Hill, behind the Game of Thrones. And he has decided, he has decreed, okay, it's enough Protoss to move forward. It's the Terrans. It's the Terrans' turn.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2-Rax from ByuN though, so nice aggressive opener coming out. This is something that players were playing around with a lot when... when's the wrong thing to say. This is something that ByuN plays around a lot against Korean Terrans.
Yep.
When they're proxy raxing, when it's the middle of a series. It's kind of a blind counter to that. It works fine against non-proxies as well. But it's something that we've been seeing pop up more in TVP too. And TVZ for the for that matter, but on the low ground with the two axes. With
Yeah,
the
I mean,
Reapers.
hey, I'm always going to remember there was that 1 week of KSL and I think ESL Asia as well where just ByuN did nothing but low ground 2-rax openers
Yeah.
against every Zerg player. It's crazy.
He kind of still does, like, especially against the better Zergs too. He really does like it. It's something that he spams, but this is not a good build matchup for Spirit. He's gotten quite unlucky here. He's going for a Rax expand. He's opted to take his CC on the high ground as a bit of a mind game, but he's gonna have some serious issues holding this.
Yeah, exactly. ByuN is going to have the Reaper advantage here. Spirit maybe being a little bit too greedy. We were talking about this, how we do see this every now and then, and Spirit is maybe one a little bit more likely to go for this. ByuN is going to be pushing up this ramp, and he will get eyes on the Rax. Sorry, on the CC.
Yeah, he's going to see the Reaper. He might see that Marine as well, and he's going to be licking his lips here. We do see that extra Marine going to be made here for Spirit, but this 3 Reaper timing is a really scary moment.
It really is, and ByuN, he wants that snag. He wants Spirit's snag right now, and we'll see if he's going to get it as here we go. The 3rd Reaper is about to join in, and then ByuN can just dive into the main.
Yeah, there's going to be 3 Marines and a Reaper here, so with good micro, there might be potential here for Spirit to hold this. He's been very safe in getting those extra Marines, and that's going to help him out a lot here.
Oh, it really will, as we have a bit of a grade going off here. He's going to be focusing down. The Reaper is going to go down, and
wow.
ByuN saves all of his own.
Just absurd micro from ByuN, and ByuN senses as well that there is a potential to start snowballing this. There's a couple variations of this. Sometimes people will only make 3 Reapers and then transition, but this version that he's going for here is something else that you can do where you go up to, you start massing Reapers, massing Hellions as well. It's something Mario is doing quite a lot of, and he is going to be looking to overwhelm Spirit now that he knows what build he's going for.
Yeah, exactly. The boys, they have to be pulled here. The Hellion is barely saved, and Spirit is going to be able to hold on to his main base. Does force back all those units for the time being. Cyclone is on the way as well, but he needs a little bit more time to muster up a defense.
Yeah, that he does, and I don't think ByuN's going to be giving him that time as the Hellion is arriving now. That Hellion can dip up onto the ramp here, give him a bit of high ground vision if he does want that, but no, it looks like he's just going to wait for a couple more units before he goes for it.
He's just waiting for a couple more of these Reapers to show up. We have a Cyclone behind this as well. ByuN is transitioning here. Looks like maybe he feels like he has maybe missed the timing and missed a window to push up into the main.
Yeah, ByuN here, he's going to respect the Cyclone here, and he's going to pull back.
Yeah, he doesn't really like his chances, and I mean, to be fair, he is going to be able to get a little bit more mining earlier on, but here we go. Spirit is going to be main-hiding over towards his own natural base. He does have a bit of an SCV lead as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's had this base for quite a bit longer, so he should definitely have that lead. ByuN hasn't been able to get too much damage with the 2-Rax opener. He did get mining a little bit earlier, but behind this, going for a Liberator, so he does want to continue the aggression. Meanwhile, for Spirit, we have a Raven being sent across the map. He is going for some extra Ravens here, as well as that fast 3rd base, so I feel like ByuN really does need to get some damage here.
Yeah, and I mean, he does have his army posturing outside the natural base, maybe even trying to bait Spirit out, but no, he doesn't go too far out. He does pull back in the end. A nice spread and concave of Marines as well, waiting for ByuN to try to force his way in. ByuN, though, he could be looking to try and sneak into the main, but again, Spirit is waiting for him.
Yeah, that he is. ByuN's going to be trying to find an angle here. Looks like the Liberator's going to go in first, maybe get a little bit of a scout.
Oh no!
Oh, what a catch there. Amazing stuff from ByuN.
Yeah, at the same time, we do see ByuN also getting his Liberator caught out a little bit, but the Liberator does survive. We do see a second Raven coming in, but again, the first one didn't really deal too much damage at all.
Yeah, only a single kill on the Liberator.
Oh.
The Reaper's going to be dipping on in, trying to get these SCV kills. Good micro coming out from Spirit, but it's not really going to be enough. The Cyclone goes down. A lot of these SCVs going to be going down as well. ByuN with so much patience, waiting for the perfect moment. Nothing to stop the Liberator now as well.
Nothing at all. Meanwhile, across the map, the Raven, no, it gets locked on once again.
Wow.
We do have it disabled,
Ooh.
just barely in time to save it.
Yeah, really impressive multitask from both players. Spirit dealing with what was going on in his base, still gets the disable off. ByuN microing the Cyclone while attacking with the Reapers and the Liberator. Pretty insane stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like the Liberator was finally gonna... No, the Liberator lives!
Oh, that is pure pain and suffering.
Oh my god, the Marines go down. 3 more SCVs as well, and now ByuN is rushing across the map with everything he has.
No. Spirit wades straight into that liberation zone to take that out. We'll be losing 2 more Marines as a result. ByuN smells blood. He's going straight across the map, and he's going to have Stim with this as well.
He is going to have Stim, and meanwhile, I can't say the same for Spirit. He doesn't have any of his bio upgrades at the moment. ByuN just looking for an opening. We do have a tank. We do have 3 Ravens. Looks like Spirit did rebuild the one that he lost. Going up to 4, I guess.
Okay, we're gonna have a couple more liberators.
Oh.
Interesting move by Spirit. I guess he's really desperate to try to break a potential siege, but it's not gonna be a siege straight away. It's gonna be a doom drop into the main with Stim. The tanks are getting the siege up. Really nice spread on those as well. He's going to be focusing down the tanks of the Spirit. Preserves most of his Marines as well. These Liberators are going to be very crucial, actually. Nice stuff. That was very cleverly done by Spirit, and it's going to slow ByuN down, but slowing him down is not the same as stopping this.
Yeah, exactly. As the production is under threat, one of the racks is going to be going down. 13 SCVs as well. The Liberators are going to be forcing ByuN back, but not before killing a second Rax.
Yeah, 2 Raxes go down. ByuN continuing to micro these tanks to pull them back behind this, getting up a 3rd. Even scanning for this Raven. Looks like the Marine's going to be able to deal with those turrets there. So ByuN defending at home while doing all of this. He's a man on a mission right now.
Yeah, exactly. The Ravens doing what they can across time. We do see ByuN trying to break this siege line. It looks like he will take down one of those Liberators. It cost him a lot of Marines, but I mean, the damage has been done. We have no mining whatsoever in the main.
BG is called. ByuN has done it. Beautiful game from him.
GG, well played. He will be holding on to his crown. Spirit put up a good fight, but and initially it looked like he was doing quite well, deflecting that initial 2 racks mass Reaper build. But ByuN was just relentless. It was crazy.
All right, lad. I said 5 games.
Oh.
You got 6.
Oh, thank you, Poppy. Thank you. I do appreciate it. You know, ByuN, he just had to pull out one more from you, only one more. But thank you so much for joining me here for the start of OSC King of the Hill. I do appreciate it. I'm sure the chat appreciates it as well. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Light, and enjoy the rest of the King of the Hill. I hope ByuN's reign is long and strong, and that he destroys some Zergs for you.
Just like his snag.
Yeah. Doesn't even fit in the bread.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't fit in the mouth, Papi. It's just.
Goodbye.
Take care, Papi. Take care.
Bye-bye. You too.
Oh my god. So there we go. 6 games in the books here. Of course, it is getting quite late here in Australia. It's almost 1 a.m. Quite late. And of course, Asher does have to wake up in the morning. So he'll be leaving us for the time being. But it's okay. It's okay. We will have some other Ducklings joining us soon. I do promise you. As the show must go on. And OSC King of the Hill will go on as well. Oh, we already have an opponent. Oh my god. Oh, here we go. As soon, the real reason why Asher did leave, just letting ByuN know as he was where's Asher, Papi? Where's Asher? Let's go, let's go. You can hear the countdown timer. I will fix up casting tool in a second. The Zergs have arrived. ByuN is up against DIMAGA. Okay, let's go, Papi. Let's go. Quickly try and set this up. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we do have the South Korean Terran player, the current King of the Hill with 4 wins under his belt. It is ByuN, representing Shopify Rebellion. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have the second Zerg player of the evening. We have the Ukrainian Zerg representing Berserker Esports. It is DIMAGA. Here we go. So later on in the evening, I will be joined, or I should be joined, by the casting Jersey herself. Kuro will be making an appearance, but that'll be a little bit later in the evening. For now, I'll be attempting to hold the fort on my own. Oh, send me your energy, Papi. Send me your snags. Oh, help, Papi, help. So yeah. Until then, it'll just be me and you, chat. Me and you. Oh, and this is what we were talking about earlier. We were both addressing the fact that ByuN has been going for these 2-racks builds against Zerg time and time again. I'm brought back to ESL Open Cup Asia a couple of weeks ago. ByuN against Dark. Every single game in that best of 5 grand finals was a 2-racks opener, and we're seeing it again here against DIMAGA. This is very akin to ByuN. Literally no one else does this when it comes to the pro scene, when it comes to the Korean pros. I think Maru has done this maybe once or twice. Like, Maru has kind of dipped his toes into this, but this is a very aggressive opener. It is not all in. You can expand behind this, but it's a way to be very aggressive early on and have that map control. See Tater Tutor in the chat. Are we talking about HonMonO again? Oh, I'm sure we'll see some more HonMonO later on. I want it, Papi. I want it. Until then, Reapers are going to be coming out. We do see a scout with this Overlord, so DIMAGA is fully aware of the opener, and he should be focusing on his Queen production back at home to sustain himself, to try to make sure he minimizes as many losses as possible. But in the hands of ByuN, Reapers are already a deadly tool here, forcing one of those gas geysers as well. He wants a drone. He needs it. He's looking for it. Oh, boys, here we go. He's going to be joined by his second Reaper. He can dance and dip back and forth between the main and the natural as well. And, oh, the Queen is a little bit out of position. Does get knocked backwards towards that ramp. And there we go. One drone goes down. Was that drone? Yeah, it was. Oh, my God. Already a solid start for ByuN. Playing with fire right now. Dipping in between the bases. A second drone. Oh, this is getting a little bit out of hand here. And ByuN is able to get off of creep in time. He will not lose anything. DIMAGA being pulled apart. He had Lings in position, but they weren't there in time. Wasn't able to respond. Confirms the third base timing. And behind this, we have our transition reactor, tech lab, factory as well, and a third CC. Again, ByuN, he does macro behind this. It's just a way for him to just be a little bit abusive to the Zerg player. And again, we saw that micro come into play, already getting quite a lot of damage, even gets a creep tumor. 3 Reapers is all you need. Of course, these Reapers do need to get out of here soon, as Link speed is about to finish up, and once that does kick in, DIMAGA will have an easier time dealing with these Reapers, but that's where we use the terrain. ByuN, oh, does get 1 Reaper caught out. Oh, and he'll be running back home with his tail between his legs. Meanwhile, the Overlord of DIMAGA did dip on forward. It does confirm those add-ons here on the buildings. You can argue that, oh, this add-on is a little bit exposed, sure, but the defense of ByuN is usually too good here, and I don't really think this is going to be punished anytime soon. Is it vulnerable to a Bane Bust? Yes. Do I think DIMAGA is going to Bane Bust? No. That's not really DIMAGA's MO here. He is more of a Roach player. Another drone goes down. The Reapers will get taken out in the end. But 3 Reapers for 3 drones, 2 Lings, and map control. Not too bad here, especially because the Reapers do run out of effectiveness as time goes on. They do have a bit of a timer on them before they run out of their usefulness. So ByuN trading as best as he can with them. We do see our lair on the way, macro hatch as well. We're going to be working with Ling Bane. There is that Baneling nest. No Roach Warren. I'm a little bit surprised. DIMAGA is typically a Roach Ravager player in TVZ, but we see him dipping his toes into something quite different here, which I do appreciate. Ling just confirming the wall. Now, DIMAGA, this is a little bit scary. He doesn't know if there's a third CC or if there's a third Rax behind this, right? It could be a 2-base all-in follow-up as well. DIMAGA is in the dark. He hasn't been able to confirm the main. We can see ByuN went for this 2-Rax opener, and he's going into Cloak, which is very unexpected. The Banshee gets across the map already, a couple of workers going down. The Spores are not ready for this because, again, who would go into Cloak Banshees off of a 2-Rax opener? Ooh. And this is just far too much damage being done. The spores are finally finishing up here, but 6 workers for 1 Banshee is already worth it, and the Banshee survives. Heading towards the 4th base location, DIMAGA still only on 3 hatcheries. The 4th is quite late. We're taking 2 more gases, actually, working up towards 4. But it is just to sustain these upgrades. Double Evo chambers. Mass Ling Bane is the composition of choice for DIMAGA this time. Meanwhile, the Banshees are just getting more value. You know, they picked up all those workers, and now the creep is next on the menu. Where these tumors going down, ByuN establishing his 3rd base. Going to be a little bit delayed here by this Ling. Cute play here from DIMAGA. Oh, as more Raxes are thrown down. 5 in total, which is pretty standard here off of a 3 base setup. We should be seeing a couple more Raxes thrown down soon. And DIMAGA, it's almost like he's been a little bit too scared to drone. Where is the 4th base? Where are the workers? We do see ByuN overtaking DIMAGA here as he tries desperately to resaturate his bases. Another 2 workers going down. We see a scan in towards the natural base, confirming the Baneling Nest. We do have a lot of Ling Bane available for DIMAGA. He's going for the surround. There's only 2 medevacs. The Marines, some of them are going to go down. Solid engagement here by DIMAGA, but ByuN, he doesn't turn around. He just keeps on pushing. He picks up his Marines and he goes for another drop. At the same time, though, his 3rd base is under threat. The Banelings, up. Ooh, oh, the target firing, my god. The tank, it does take down those Banelings. Only 6 SCVs go down. And the reinforcements will clean this up. There was a lot of potential with that run by, with that counterattack, but doesn't deal enough damage. ByuN still has a worker lead. Meanwhile, DIMAGA is still stuck on only 3 hatcheries. Does have a macro hatch, I guess, but again, his economy is not where it needs to be. Could be looking to hit a bit of a 1-1 timing. As 1-1 is on the horizon, more Lings are on the way. There's that 4th hatchery, but as it goes down, no! ByuN is here to deny it. Oh, God. Are we going to be forced to cancel? It looks like the Overseer gets here just in time. And the Queens are out of position. They're not in the main. 4 more drones. I'm afraid to look. Over the course of this game, 16 workers have gone down. Basically an entire mineral line, and we're just going to keep on going. ByuN, he wants more damage. Oh, 1 Marine is going to be left behind. Banshee's coming back in once again. Both of them still managing to survive somehow. The target firing does focus on every single one of those Banelings, and with the power of these medevacs, he even kills all the Lings. The man with gun is just too strong. Back at home, we do see, there we go, 3 more Raxes, 8 Raxes in total. There's the 2nd factory as well, and the 4th CC. ByuN not going for an 8 Rax all in or anything like that. He's just macroing on up into 4 bases. His macro quite solid, and in the midst of all this, he's going for the drops. DIMAGA is having a really hard time keeping up here. He's actually going Ling Bane Hydra. The Hydra Den was thrown down. I just don't know if we have the economy to sustain this. We really don't have a lot of gas to work with right now. Not a lot of gas, not a lot of minerals. Not a lot of money. Meanwhile, we just see that 1 drop headed towards that 4th base. The Queens are going to be exposed. And ByuN, he wants those Queens. Lings coming to reinforce. We do have a transfuse, but 1 Queen, barely survives. Oh, nice cleanup on this drop. Not going to lie, very nicely done here by DIMAGA. His crease threat has been looking quite solid as well, going towards the center of the map. But ByuN is here to clean it up. And honestly, I'm just kind of waiting for ByuN to hit that max out point. Another Ling run by getting here just before the planetary morphs in. So very nice run by here by DIMAGA. Going to be able to focus on a couple of these workers. Whatever he can, whatever it takes. It all does add up over time. We have that hive on the way as well. DIMAGA taking his 5th as we speak. He's slowly actually getting a good economy. Working up towards 71 workers, but a little bit supply blocked, unfortunately. And even though his economy is looking to ramp up, ByuN is already here. It may just be too little too late. Oh god! Ooh. Mind shots going off on those Lings. A lot of Lings going down. The majority of them actually. Not the best fight for DIMAGA. And he's going to be forced to go for a bit of a counterattack instead. The tank slowly sieging on forward. We do see DIMAGA setting up a surround. I just don't know if he has the numbers. Here we go. He's coming in from behind, from the front as well. The splits are just too good. The tank positioning is too good as well. And the two tanks will survive. The Marines survive. No Banelings remain. Without Banelings, the Marines, they can just stim on forward. Man with gun is just a little bit too good here. GG, good luck in your next game. And ByuN will take game number 5. He will shut down DIMAGA and will remain the king of the hill. GG, really solid play there out of ByuN. Again, a very ByuN opener as well. He is very fond of his 2-racks openers in TVZ. Even if he's on the other side of the map where his add-ons are exposed, he doesn't care, mate. He goes for it anyway. He's crazy like that. He's crazy. And again, congratulations. Congratulations to ByuN for taking that game. And now it's going to be on Eddie to figure out who's next. ByuN, he's on a bit of a roll right now. 5 wins in a row. 5 pro gamers have been taken out one after the other. Who can stop this man? So far, the European Protoss, Terrans, and Zergs have been having a hard time. Do we dip into a different region? You know, we have players from Southeast Asia, Demi, MiaMaika. We have players from Korea, like Nightmare, like HonMonO, if you will. Quanta as well. There's a lot of players out there that we can kind of pick between, that we can pick and choose. But it's not up to us. It's up to Eddie. Up to old mate Eddie. Oh, who's it gonna be? Alright, quickly try and fix some of the overlays here. I have to remove Asher, Papi. He's gone, Papi. He's gone. Oh. Okay. Goodbye, Rufio. Goodbye. So there we go. Just getting my plushies set up next to us. And who is the next player going to be? We're here to find out. But yeah, who are the players that we typically see here? I mentioned MiaMaika, I mentioned Demi, I mentioned HonMonO, Quanta. There are a lot of other Europeans available as well. Players like Nicoract, Papi, Jomek, Iba, NightPhoenix, who we saw earlier. It looks like, we're going to be going back to the Protoss though. You know, we've been taking a bit of a break from the TVPs with Spirit, with DIMAGA, with Terran and Zerg, but nah, mate, maybe the answer lies in the Protoss once again. It is going to be Exostriker. And again, typically when I think of Exostriker, I do think of him as being a much more aggressive and cheesy player, very MindelVK-esque, if you will. And because of that, I do like his chances here. You know, these are best of ones for a reason, and it is kind of a great way to kind of cause an upset and catch your opponent off guard. Oh boy. We'll see if he can pull it off. We'll see if Exostriker can do what so many other Protoss players have not. Just set up that casting tool. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, so we've seen ByuN dismantle these Phoenix Colossus compositions time and time again. We've even seen him be the aggressor in some of these TVPs as well. I wish Asher was here for this. We are going into a bit of a time chamber here. We're going back in time to the land of 2021, if I recall correctly. We're going to be loading in to Lightshade. Let's go. Let's go. If you're a little bit newer to the StarCraft scene and to the StarCraft ladder, then you may not be familiar with this, but we mentioned it earlier. OSC King of the Hill it does remove some of the current maps and it replaces them with older maps. And the way that OSC does decide on the maps, it's a vote. The players do vote on some of these older maps instead, and Lightshade is one of those older maps that is making its debut once again, its comeback if you will. Here we go, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. In the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion, the current king of the hill. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade, we have his opponent. We have the yellow Protoss player representing Alpha X, the challenger, the would-be usurper. It is Exostriker. You know my vote. Hung, buddy. HonMonO's name is just devolving into nonsense. Not like this, Papi, not like this. Oh, let's go. But yeah, Lightshade is a blast from the past. It is a very small map. It has a very short rush distance by ground as well. I do recall a lot of cheeses being used here. This map was actually active back in the day of Proxy Void Ray, of the Proxy Stargate meta in TVP. You'd have some Stargates right here with some shield batteries on the low ground laying siege upon the production. This used to be a very, very common cheese on Lightshade. But of course, that was pre-patch. If you remember, the shield battery was nerfed relatively recently. Now, I think a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. It's been a while. It's been a while. And that did kind of kill Proxy Void Ray. Not really too much of a thing anymore. We saw it kind of poke its head back in on Moondance. I think that was like a map pool ago, maybe 2 map pools ago. On Moondance, we saw a little bit of it. But yeah, it didn't stick around for too long. Meanwhile, we do see ByuN going for a double gas opener, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit less economic. Makes sense on a map like Lightshade. It can be a little bit risky to go for a Rax expand here. So ByuN is not going to be risking it. He's going to be going across the map with his first Reaper to scout what exactly is going on. You can see Exostriker just going for a gate expand, pretty standard setup. No double gate opening. And it's important to scout this just because if you remember, MindelVK did kind of go for a much more aggressive opener that ByuN did have to scout. Here it is. Not going to be a Twilight Council. It is going to be the Stargate opener from Exostriker. So everything is looking quite standard here. As much as I want to say he's more of an aggressive player, we do see some pretty stock standard openers from our Protoss. And with that scout, ByuN does confirm the Stargate. Back at home, we do see one Widowmine being made, but only a single Widowmine. As soon as he scouted the opener, he didn't make a second and goes for a Tech Lab immediately for that add-on swap. So he's not going to be going for a Widowmine drop. Oh, as we do have a Phoenix first on the way for Exostriker. ByuN is actually making a medevac. But again, it's not for a mine drop. He's pumping out Marines 2 at a time. A Cyclone as well. This is going to be a very offbeat push. Oh, let's go, Bobby. Meanwhile, it looks like that CC on the high ground has not been scouted by Exostriker. Do see a bit of a dance here in the middle of the map as well. It looks like one Adept did go down to that Widowmine as it scuttles away. The Reaper doing its best to distract these Adepts. The Reaper will go down, but the Widowmine does waddle on back home. One Adept kill. Nicely done. Let's go, Bobby. And we are going to be taking that natural base. We're going to have to deal with the units on the field first. And there we go. Probe is going to go down, but the Probe did scout the medevac. And that is an important tell here for Exostriker. He should be getting ready back at home. As ByuN is going to be moving out with a mine, a Cyclone, and a chunk of Marines. These are vanilla Marines, bear that in mind. No stim, no combat shields. Oh, the Phoenixes are looking to try and slow this down, though. And there's not a lot on the ground. 3 units, but we have a shield battery. We have an overcharge. Oh, here we go. We do have a lock-on on one of those Adepts. Mine is going to get focused down. Without that mine, I don't really know how much staying power we have, but a second Cyclone shows up. But yeah, there we have it. Without that mine, the backbone of the army for ByuN isn't really existent. He's forced to back off. As Exostriker has been able to keep the Phoenix count quite healthy. We have that safety immortal on the way, and we should be seeing a bay soon. A robotics bay for those Colossi. Meanwhile, I love that ByuN is respecting this defensive position. After losing the mine, he's like, nope, I want none of this. I'm just going to back off. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to go back home and take the defensive role instead. Meanwhile, the Phoenixes have been scattered by those Marines. We do have a couple of Cyclones here in the main base, and they are going to be able to fend them off. We've seen this before, but ByuN has to keep this Raven alive. It is so crucial that it doesn't get picked off by these Phoenixes. It is going to be ByuN's win condition. Meanwhile, there is that Robotics Bay on the way. Forge, Twilight Council, and a third base. All the tech at once. Is Exostriker being greedy? Yes. Can he afford to be greedy? Yes. He has these Phoenixes. They're giving him so much map control. They're keeping ByuN pinned back at home. The power of the Phoenix. And from here, Exostriker can slowly work on his army. There we go. The first Colossi is on the way. Should be getting extended thermal land soon as well. And ByuN is not going for a 2-base all-in. He's going for a third CC behind this. Okay. So again, pretty standard stuff here. I imagine ByuN is going to be moving out with a bit of a timing with Stim, Combat Shields, and +1. The Phoenixes, they do dive in. They will delay that CC. Again, nice use of this Observer. Oh, we scanned, but the Observer gets out of there in time. Oh, Exostriker will keep it up. Oh, will keep it alive. As the Raven is going to be hunting this down. There is that lock-on. With the death of that Observer, Exostriker is going to be a little bit in the dark. He has to be that much more active with his Phoenixes to try and spot this move out. Likewise, ByuN has to babysit this Raven. He cannot afford to lose it. The Phoenix is looking to try and pick off some of these reinforcements. Oh, can maybe get a Cyclone. Oh! Oh, not quite. Does he get punished a little bit? Meanwhile, what do we have back at home? We have a shield battery. We have one Colossus. We're about to have a second Colossus as well. Oh, the Phoenixes, again, they're looking for a way in. Up! Oh, they do manage to get one. Oh, not quite. Almost get a Cyclone. We'll lose a Phoenix for it. Oh, we'll lose a second Phoenix as well. Oof. And now the Colossus is exposed. Oh, it's very out of position here. We do have the disable on the second Colossus as well. And ByuN is diving for it. He's going all in, and he does get it. Colossus goes down. A very good pickoff for ByuN. Bit of a miss rally from Exostriker. And it looks like ByuN is not going to try and push up this ramp. Doesn't like his chances. There is a sentry. There are force fields. ByuN takes his third behind this. Reinforcements are on the way. ByuN is trying to find a way up this ramp, but yeah, it is not going to be safe. What's important is that throughout all of this, the Phoenixes have been getting picked off. We have 2 Phoenixes remaining. Because of that, we can drop, and we also have a pretty safe Raven as well. It's slowly gathering energy for more disables. ByuN meticulously pulling apart the army of Exostriker, just picking off some of these high-tech units. And giving him the freedom to do this, to go for a drop. Yo, he goes for the Forge. He will deny +2. He's going for the Twilight Council as well. He's drawing away the entire army of Exostriker. The Twilight Council goes down, and at the same time, in comes the main army of ByuN. We have that disable. Exostriker is being pulled apart. He just doesn't have enough units here. The Robo is under threat, and the Robo goes down. Oh, we have a disable on the Prism as well. Not really going to help out though. Exostriker is going to force this back. But again, the drop, it just comes back in. Oh, the Zealots are going to be going down. Exostriker is committing to a counterattack. He's not turning back around. The drop in the main is getting out of hand though. We do see the mineral line being forced back. And do we have enough to defend the counterattack? We have one Colossus, some Zealots, some Stalkers. Oh, no Warp Prism though. The Prism is back at home. And Exostriker, he's just a little bit too preoccupied in the main base. He doesn't go for the push. ByuN is going to be able to muster up a defense. Vikings on the way. Ghosts, EMPs. Oh. ByuN just microing his heart out here towards the northern side of the map, doing trading as best he can. I mean, he already denied +2. He already denied Blink as well. How does Exostriker respond? He's throwing down 2 robos. He has to. He lost his first robo. He actually has 0 Colossus production right now. ByuN, his pickoffs were insane. A massive dent in the production of Exostriker. He's rebuilding his Twilight Council as well. Trying to get back into this. Oh, nice catch by ByuN, shutting down this Prism. Doesn't kill it, but does force it back. And yeah, I feel like ByuN, he just did so much with his first push, shutting down the Phoenixes, the production, the Colossi. Exostriker is just not ready for the next push. He's not ready for the next wave. He has 2 Colossus. They are being brought to the front line. He needs a little bit more time for his Disruptors. Without them, here we go. The Vikings do target down the first Colossus. The EMPs were insane. Do we have enough on the ground? It looks like we do. We have an overcharge to try to keep the Colossi alive. Is it going to be enough? Oh, it looks like it barely will. The Colossus will not die. The overcharge is pretty damn good. Exostriker holds on to his 4th base. And now he's going to be able to slowly work on that Disruptor count. He's already got 2. And even though Exostriker is down in supply, all we need is 1 or 2 good Novas. If ByuN is ever not looking, an Exostriker can take a fight. Here we go. ByuN just looking to remax here on his very flexible bio armor. You do have a bit of a Zealot run by here just before the planetary gets finished. Is going to distract ByuN. Oh, but this is such a hefty army. 19 Marauders, mate. 19 Marauders. There's more than enough to go toe-to-toe with the Gateway army and the Colossus of Exostriker again. It all comes down to the Novas. But EMP's blanketing the army. You do see the mine shots going off as well. 2 Novas have to be wasted on those mines. We only have 2 Novas left. Now we only have 1, and 1 is not going to be enough. There we go. We target down the Disruptor, and ByuN has too much Marines, too many Marauders. He sims on 4. GG gets called, and ByuN will take game number 6 here. Can anyone stop this man as he remains our King of the Hill? GG. Oof. Oh my god. Just every single Protoss tries to pull off Phoenix Colossus and it just doesn't work. Not against ByuN, papi. Not against ByuN. Again, the way that he was able to shut down, pick off every single one of those Phoenixes, open himself up to some drop play. Getting into the main, pulling apart the Protoss army. Very well done there by ByuN. GG. GG. And with that, who is next? Are you not entertained? Who is next to take on ByuN? Oh boy. 6 players have already gone down to him. And we have, I believe, 7 more players to go. 7 more. We've kind of reached that halfway point. We've exceeded that halfway point here in the tournament. Who's it going to be? Oh, I see a couple of players showing up. Oh, is it him? It is. Let's go, Babu. We're going back to the Zergs. Protoss, again, clearly not working. It's ByuN. He's too good at TVP. PVT is unwinnable. It's not quite YoungYakov. It is YoungYakov. The European Zerg player himself. Let's go, papi. Let's go. One of the stronger Zerg players out there in OSC Elite. There's quite a lot of them. You know, we have YoungYakov. We've got Iba as well. Oh. We've got Mixu. We've got Demi. Miyamika. But again, YoungYakov is going to be rising to the challenge. And once again, his map of choice is going to be Lightshade. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. I love it whenever the players choose some of the older maps because it's a bit of a blast from the past. We don't get to see enough of them. He's beyond unstoppable, Poppy. Oh. Lightshade is still in the map pool. No. It is a special map in this specific tournament. We're bringing back some of the old maps, and one of them is right here, right now. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. Currently with 6 wins under his belt, it is ByuN. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade, we have his opponent. We have the red Zerg player himself representing CSO esports. It is YoungYakov. And yes, as Frost is pointing out, we do have Lightshade, Jagannatha, and Death Aura as well. Oh boy, we do rotate between some of those older maps. I mentioned it earlier, but the players, the OSC Elite members, do all vote. They vote on what maps they want to cycle in and what maps they want to cycle out. So we've gotten rid of Dragon Scales, we've brought in Lightshade, brought in Death Aura, and Jagannatha. Meanwhile, I mentioned this, we did mention this earlier in the broadcast. We brought it back up again against DIMAGA. Let's bring it back up here against YoungYakov. ByuN, he is very fond of the 2-Rax opener against Zerg. Doesn't matter who he's up against, whether it's Dark, Solar, Ragnarok, DIMAGA, or even YoungYakov, the 2-Rax openers are his go-to. Oh, and he has variations. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. Against DIMAGA, it was a 2-Rax. Against YoungYakov, it looks like a 2-Rax, but we have a sneaky 3rd Rax in the main. Oh boy, it's going to be that much more aggressive, that much more committed here. ByuN is going to be rushing across the map with a mass amount of Reapers. And YoungYakov, is he going to be ready for this? He does see the first 2 Raxes here as a part of the wall. He's aware of that. He doesn't know how committed ByuN is. Meanwhile, back at home was a hatch gas pool opener out of YoungYakov. We have Link Speed on the way. Oh, that 3rd hatchery, though, of YoungYakov is being delayed here. But there we go. He is going to be taking that on location. Dancing quite well with the first Reaper, but that's the first Reaper. What about the 2nd? What about the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th? And the 6th. As this can snowball quite heavily here if YoungYakov is not prepared. Oh my god. The Reapers, they dip into the main base. Already 1 drone going down. ByuN forced out of the main boat. Getting 1 drone is already quite good. He hasn't lost a single Reaper yet as he dances in towards the natural base as well. Oh my god, the Lings getting picked off one after the other. Oh, and YoungYakov, now he's aware of the 3-Rax. He's aware of how committed his opponent is. We need as many queens as possible. We need more Links as well. Link Speed is about to finish up. With Link Speed, YoungYakov can go first around. But he's been bleeding out a lot of Lings. Oh, the charges! The KDA binds! Let's go! The first queen goes down. The 2nd queen gets caught off creep. Oh, the control from ByuN, but Link Speed has finished up, and now YoungYakov can chase this down. But he doesn't have enough Lings. It's too much. It's far too much damage. Every Ling goes down. 2 queens as well, and ByuN is not done. He's going to keep on going. Oh, he wants another queen. The KDA charges, the grenades, they're just too damn good. Oh, God. Another queen's going to fall. Oh, it barely survives. ByuN doesn't want to chase too far into creep. He doesn't want to get surrounded, but that won't stop that from happening. Here we go. YoungYakov, he comes in from behind. Ooh. But he just can't quite pull it off. ByuN is expanding behind this. He's double expanding behind this, taking his natural and his 3rd. ByuN, he wants another queen, but I feel like YoungYakov finally has enough Links to shut this down. And there we go. But ByuN traded so damn well against this. Oh, a little bit mistimed there, but looking at the units lost tab here as the final Lings are going to get cleaned up by these Reapers. 10 Reapers, that's 600 gas, 40 Lings, 3 drones, and 2 queens. Could have been 3 queens. A very softened up queen here, left back at home here at the third base. Barely survived, barely survived. So could have gotten an extra queen. Regardless, I'm sure ByuN is happy with his damage. He is content here to, you know, macro behind this. We have our reactors on the way. We have a tech labs on the way as well. Transitioning into a 3 racks follow-up. Or kind of a 3 racks with a 1-1 behind it. And ByuN still has a decent amount of Reapers. Like, he's still looking for more damage. He can still get that queen. Oh, never mind. Never mind. YoungYakov was waiting for him with a swell of lings. I'm sure ByuN was maybe hoping that YoungYakov was droning instead. And every Reaper will get picked off. YoungYakov, he can now breathe easy. He can now breathe a sigh of relief, saturate his bases, focus on recovering his economy. As the Lynx are going for a bit of a counterattack here, but we do have Marines behind this wall. The wall is solid. And YoungYakov can now focus on his tech. We have our lair on the way, 4th base as well. We're just going to be droning to our heart's content. YoungYakov wasn't able to fully scout the follow-up, but he did see the 3rd CC on the high ground, so he knows that ByuN isn't going to be going for a 2-base all-in. He's aware of that. And yeah, we're just going to be macroing on up from this point. We can see that YoungYakov has a slight worker lead here, but his 4th base has been delayed by quite a bit. Oh, and it's going to be on ByuN to slowly expand and take this 3rd base. He's going to be waiting for these medevacs. Once they pop out, he can be active on the map once again. Just waiting for those medevacs. Here we go. This is nicely lined up with Stim as well. Do we have combat? We don't have combat shields yet, but there we go. It is now on the way. Meanwhile, YoungYakov just kind of settling down back at home. We have our double Evo chambers. We should be getting a macro hatchery soon. We're getting, oh, a ring of spores as well in the main. YoungYakov is very paranoid about a drop. With good reason. The drops are moving out. Be looking to clean up whatever overlords they come across. There's a 1-1 on the way. Baneling speed as well. Just pure Ling Bane Queen is the composition of choice for YoungYakov. Later on, we'll see if he rushes into Hive or if he goes for a Hydra Den. Meanwhile, ByuN just looking for whatever he can get. Does get another overlord. 2 overlords already going down. He could get a 3rd. Maybe even a 4th. Maybe. As YoungYakov is just more concerned with holding onto his 4th base. Oh! Oh, the queen is barely saved. Oh, I spoke too soon. 1 queen goes down. ByuN thinking about maybe going into the main, but I believe... Oh, no, he hasn't seen the spores yet. He's unawares. Meanwhile, we have confirmation. We're not rushing into Hive. Not yet. We are going for the Hydrogen. So, Ling Bane Hydra. Pretty solid composition here in the mid-game. Not bad. Baneling run by almost gets in, but no, doesn't get into the mineral line in the end. Nice reaction out of ByuN. The Ling run by is being set up here towards the south. ByuN going to be rotating around towards the center of the map. Oh god! The Banelings, they roll on in and they will find some connections. A lot of Marines going down. A nice unburrow there on those mines. Does avoid that friendly fire. Meanwhile, the Lings are going for that counterattack, but we have reinforcements back at home, and ByuN will deflect that. Oh, mines going off one after another. We do have a decent amount of Banelings here. Is it going to be enough? We come in from behind! Ooh, and the friendly fire even takes down the medevac. Nice engage from YoungYakov. He does clean up the army. He's getting into his Hydras. That will be a way to shut down the drop play. Meanwhile, ByuN is splitting off his army. He's got his triple drop towards the north. He has an army towards the south as well. Can YoungYakov split up his army as well and keep up? That is going to be the question. Here we go. Oh, YoungYakov wants to catch him. Not looking. Up, up. Oh, ByuN does pick up in time. Almost gets caught out. He goes for the drop into spores. Oh, he's forced back. Again, very nice positioning out of YoungYakov. But despite everything that's been happening, ByuN still has that supply elite. He has the larger army. He's keeping up with the worker count as well. 4th CC is about to be landed. And YoungYakov, this 5th is a bit late, not gonna lie. Again, YoungYakov has been keeping up with all the army movements and all the engagements, but his economy has been suffering as a result. Oh, not a good trade there. A lot of links do go down for free. ByuN is pushing on forward. He may just have too much here. Oh, there's nothing left at home to defend. We do see the 5th base is under threat. At the same time, the Marines do push on forward towards that 3rd. That 4th even. Decent mine drags. The Bailey's will find connections. YoungYakov, he holds on to his 5th base, but his 4th is going to go down. Not just the 4th, but all the drones as well. An entire mineral line. YoungYakov, he just was a little bit too slow to react. And didn't have an army here to save it. 14 drones and the 4th. On top of that, this 5th is weakened. It can get picked off. It's looking vulnerable. ByuN, he wants it. Oh, he goes for the drones. The drop does get cleaned up, but again, YoungYakov, he's battered, he's bruised. He's on equal bases with his opponent. ByuN has the worker lead as well. He has the stronger economy. He can rebuild. He can keep pushing. YoungYakov, he's struggling to do so. Over time, just having a hard time keeping up with all the aggression of ByuN. Did do well for himself, let me say that at least. But now ByuN is eclipsing the supply. Once again looking to punish his 4th base, forces the cancel. Meanwhile, towards the south, YoungYakov, he does catch a drop. Not bad. But what about the main army? Again, the creep threat has been receded as well. It's barely out into the center of the map. It's so difficult for YoungYakov to take any fights off of creep. And ByuN is just going to rotate back towards the south. Oh my god, a massive mine shot goes off. And here we go. Finally, the reinforcements arrive. ByuN are pushing in with the majority of his army. Mine's going to be going off left and right. The Lingbane is going to be pushing in. But ByuN, he just falls back to his minefield. Not just the mines, the tanks on the high ground as well. Oh my god. The positioning is just a little bit too good. And that's it. That was all the Lingbane. You have a little bit more here towards the south, but ByuN is getting on top of the Hydras. The Hydras are something that we just can't afford to lose right now. Oh, mine shots going off. Oh, some friendly fire. This bio army is pretty heavily overstimmed. Oh my god. ByuN maybe being a little bit overzealous there. Does overextend. And Yakov doesn't take a bad fight, but no! But the drop comes in from behind, snipes the base, GG gets called, and ByuN is ByuNstoppable. He takes down YoungYakov and remains our king of the hill. GG. Showing off a bit of a different variation of his 2 racks opener, going for a much more aggressive 3 racks. Did trade quite well, transitioned seamlessly into his bio play. Once he got those medevacs rolling, he was able to drop left and right all over YoungYakov. And YoungYakov was keeping up, but as he was keeping up with the army of ByuN, his macro was slipping a little bit. You know, his 5th was late, his droning was lacking. He was having a hard time keeping up with that production, with the macro overall. Oh, GG. GG, well played. And who's up next? ByuN standing on top of the hill. Who else? Come at me, bro. Come at me. Who else can bring me down? Who can you send my way? Oh boy. Who is it gonna be, mate? Who's it gonna be? That is now the 7th win for ByuN. Who would I like to see? That's a good question. I wouldn't mind to see some of the Koreans come out. I don't know if the Koreans are available, but, you know, some of the Korean Terrans. Whether it's Quanta, whether it's Percival, whether it's HonMonO, I would love to see them. Who else would I like to see against ByuN? Nicoract! Yo, the ByuN sniper! That would be amazing if we can get there. Oh, but before that happens, we have another debut. Earlier today, Dark showed up for the first time in OSC King of the Hill. Now we have another new player. I guess the word is getting out there of this tournament. Someone from a different region. We've seen a lot of Europeans. We've seen a decent amount of Koreans as well. But now it's time for NA to wake up. I know the North Americans are, it's bright and early. The sun is rising over in NA. And we have a player who has been a little bit more active recently. We've been seeing him pop up in the NA Apprentice qualifiers, in NA Apprentice itself, ESL Masters qualifiers. We've had the luxury of casting him time and time again. It's going to be the North American, the American Protoss, Creature. Oh, let's go, Poppy. Let's go. And a part of me wants to see some NA ladder shenanigans. A part of me wants to see that, but at the same time, I'm also aware that Creature isn't the cheesiest of players. That's just not really his MO. He's a lot more macro-oriented. He has his own style of play, but we'll see what he has to offer here in the PVTs. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. And yeah, this is his first time playing in OSC King of the Hill. Welcome, Creature. Welcome. Welcome, Creature. Now play against ByuN. Oh, brutal, Poppy. Brutal. Let's go. Let's go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gresvan, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. With 7 wins under his belt, the current King of the Hill, it is ByuN. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Gresvan, we have his opponents. We have the American Protoss representing Root Gaming. It is Creature. ByuN is determined to get Reaper's nerf for the 3rd time. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. As Kenny in the chat is asking, what is the legacy behind this build? ByuN has been known for his Reaper play and his Reaper control for a very long time. He won a BlizzCon off of it back in 2016 and did get the Reaper nerfed single-handedly. So it was great to see him once again whipping out the mass Reapers against YoungYakov in that previous game. It was beautiful to see, beautiful to behold. ByuN, he has Reaper control like no other. It is world class, the best in the world actually. But now we're going to be calming things down here in a different matchup, in a TVP instead. Oh, and wow, just like we saw against Gerald, for those of you that remember, ByuN is going to be going for a rack. Oh, actually slightly different to Gerald. He's going for a Rax expand, but he's skipping out on the Reaper. He's going Reactor first. Very greedy opener here overall, not gonna lie. ByuN is not really too concerned whatsoever with what Creature is up to across the map. There we go. No SCV Scout, no Reaper Scout whatsoever. Going for a CC on the low ground as well. And now we do have our oncoming Reapers with that Reactor. I believe Creature was able to scout this. Yes, he did see the Reactor on the way. He's fully aware that this should be coming. And oh my god! ByuN. I was telling the people that we weren't going to be seeing too many Reapers here this game, but we do have a second Rax behind this. Interesting. So it's not going to be what we saw earlier, which was kind of Reaper Hellion aggression from ByuN. I'm curious if he's going to make more Reapers behind this. I doubt it. Yeah, there we go. Only 2 Reapers to begin with, but it is going to be a 3 Rax follow-up. Something that we don't see too often in this matchup. It was quite meta. It was actually really meta in the Lightshade days. Fun fact. We saw this all the time in every single TVP, and then it kind of fell out of fashion because we saw so much of it, and Protoss players became so good at defending against it. Especially rushing into Colossus. Colossus just completely shuts down 3 Raxes. It's crazy. But ByuN, bit of a blast from the past. Going for it again. Here we go. The Reapers are going to look to dip in towards the main. One probe does go down, but only a single probe. The Stalker has been spotted, and typically we avoid Stalkers if we go for Stargate openers. As the Reapers are going to dip into the main and try and confirm that tech. Oh, oh. Here we go. They do rush on 4. They look to try and get behind that main base as well, and they will spot the Twilight Council. Also confirmed that it's researching. Oh. So a nice scout from ByuN. Now, this isn't the most ideal. I'm pretty sure like 3 Raxes are best done against Stargate openers because obviously Phoenixes have a really hard time defending against the mass amount of Marines. So this is a good start for Creature as long as he's able to slow down the army, chip away at those Marines as it moves out across the map with his Stalkers. More importantly, it's going to be on Creature to scout what's happening. Like, typically, you do need to confirm this build and slow it down. If you don't, ByuN is going to surprise you with a massive amount of bio units, and already the Marines are moving out. Oh! Oh, and the Adept will confirm the massive amount of Marines. This should be a tell for Creature. He should be aware that he doesn't have to worry about a mine drop coming in, or Banshees, or Raven harass. It is going to be just a mass ground bio army instead. And after this Observer, we should be seeing an Immortal. We should be seeing units. As ByuN is moving out quite early, this is also very ByuN-esque. Whether it's a 2-on-1 or a 3-Rax like this, ByuN, he's just, yeah, very active with his army. Stim and Combat Shield's going to finish up by the time this army moves out across the map. And this will be spotted by the Observer, but it feels like Creature isn't really ready for this. He has 1 shield battery. It's pretty far back. We have a sentry on the way now, but we only have 5 Stalkers. Here we go, there is that Stim. We just rush on forward. The pylon is exposed. The pylon goes down and everything is depowered, and that may just be it. The boys are pulled. A lot of probes are going to be going down. We do have another Stalker showing up though. Oof. And we will clean this up. Good probe pull, to be honest. Only 4 probes going down. This could have been a lot worse. This could have been game ending. And ByuN wasn't the best trade. He got some Stalkers. He delays Robo production. He gets 4 probes. Well, that's kind of it. Creature gets away with his 3rd Nexus. He can pump out 3 workers at a time. And he has map control. Oh, but ByuN isn't done. Oh, ByuN is not done. Has another army here outside that 3rd base to shoo away the Stalkers of Creature, making sure that they don't have a way into the main. We have that 3rd CC on the way. 2 more Raxes to follow up. 5 in total. And interestingly enough, Creature isn't going into Colossus. Very odd. Very odd. Splash damage, as you can imagine, really shuts down any kind of mass bio composition from the Terran. And we do have some splash damage on the way, but Creature is going for a Templar Archives. He's kind of setting up for Storm. There it is. Storm is on the way instead. Very unusual. I mean, I say that, like, it is quite good going, you know, going from mass gateway army into Storm. It can work quite well, but your standard reaction is typically a Colossus. Oh boy. Here we go. We do have a couple of High Templar being morphed in back at home. Before that happens, ByuN is showing up. A Storm is not done, by the way. We have to wait a little bit longer. Creature doing a great job at chipping away at the army, trying to force a Stim. Oh, there we go. Stim is forced. But the Medivacs have arrived, and now we can drop straight into the main. Do we have anything to defend? We don't have any units at all. Creature only working with a handful of Stalkers right now, and the Stalkers are getting picked up. We need a warp in. We need more gateways. Here comes ByuN. +1 will finish up just in time. Storm will finish up just in time as well. So many gateways are being depowered here in the main base. Great use of the Sim City as well. The choke point is insane, and ByuN is coming in with another army. Who is being forced back though. Does respect the Storm. But this drop in the main is getting out of hand, and you know what? The drop in the main is getting even larger. We do have a carbon bottom of units here in the main. We do have 1 Storm, but only a single Storm, and that's not going to be enough. Creature trying to pull this off with as minimal units as possible, trying to be as efficient as possible, But against ByuN, that's just not going to work. GG gets called, and ByuN will take down another opponent. He takes down the American Protoss and puts another point on the board. GG. Oof. Oh my god. Even NA. Even when we switch regions, it's not enough to bring down ByuN. I do appreciate how well Creature handled the initial 3-racks push. Did handle it quite well. But trying to rush into Storm like that was a little bit greedy of him. Did delay a lot of his gateways as well. And ByuN hit a really crisp timing there before all the production really got underway. We could see that Creature was defending with, like, I think it was like 4 Stalkers, 2 Sentries, 2 Immortals, 2 High Templar, like very few units there. Again, it's a very greedy way to play, but it can work quite well if you can get away with it, right? If you can get into the mid game, get into your production. Oh, but just wasn't quite able to against ByuN. Oh, and the Protosses, they don't stop. The Protosses, they do not stop as we have another player rising up here. It's going to be another European Protoss. It's not going to be AsherBro. It's going to be his kindred spirit here. Oh, I almost said Ash. It's going to be Ashbringer. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. It's Asher if he was born in Europe. Vámonos, Poppy. Vámonos. Oh. And I should not be alone for much longer. I believe I do have a Duckling co-caster that's going to be looking to join me shortly here as soon as I figure out what the teams are. There we go. Just setting up our lovely players. As ByuN is looking to continue his reign of terror here as the king of the hill. Everyone wants to stop him, but no one can. No one can. Not yet, anyway. Oh. So yeah, how many Protosses do we have? To be fair, there's a lot of Protosses in Europe. To be fair, and we just keep sending them one after another. We still got more. We got Jamek. We got Papi. Papi. I really want Nicoract though. I was thinking of it earlier. Like Nicoract, he is the TBT sniper. He has sniped ByuN before, but maybe we're keeping him back just a little bit longer just to build up that bounty, build up that oh so juicy prize on ByuN's head. Kuro, can you join, please? I'll let them know. Let them know. Oh, but yeah, we are getting ready here for our next game, and oh, we have everyone in the lobby as well. I'm no longer alone. I am joined by the casting jersey herself. I am joined by the one, the only, the Kuro.
I'm not panicking. You're panicking.
Yes, welcome, Kuro. Welcome once again to OSC King of the Hill. You are jumping into the middle of ByuN's reign of terror.
Oh no. I mean, it's not 15 wins, right?
Not yet, not yet.
Yeah, so it's not that far yet. But we are now in game and I have absolutely no sound. But it is Ancient Cistern, Elite, and we are looking at our current king, the Blue Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have the Teal Protoss player himself representing Team StarCom. It is not AsherBro, it is Ashbringer.
Look at this.
Let's go.
Ah.
Oh god, but yes, Kuro, have you been tuning into some of the games? Have you been bearing witness here to ByuN and his kind of path of destruction so far?
Somewhat. I had the ByuN Reapers have made a comeback.
Yeah, he did go Mass Reaper against YoungYakov earlier. And ByuN has been taking down a lot of European Protoss players tonight. He's taken down players like Krystianer, Gerald, Exostriker, MindelVK. One after another, they fall. But now, up rises another. Here comes Ashbringer, looking to do what the others could not.
Yeah, and we'll see if he can figure that out because, I mean, how do I put it? There, some of these like Protoss players can really surprise us with their results.
Oh yeah, they really can, and we can see Ashbringer being a little bit cheeky here. He does skirt around the edge of the natural of ByuN, is going to be looking to avoid that Reaper and dip back in to tase away at that SCB. Very nicely timed as the Reaper moves out, the probe moves in. Ooh.
Yeah, but ByuN will deny that scout with the depot, and the Reaper has to come back to deal with that probe, which will still be hiding in the base, which means that the Reaper scout of ByuN will also be delayed by that match.
Yeah, it was, of course, a Rax expand coming out from ByuN, so a very economic opener. But as you were saying, his scout is going to be a little bit delayed. And Ashbringer, what kind of tech are we going to be working with here? Actually, he followed this up with a Sentry and a Stalker as well. Quite a lot of gas being invested here. He's going to be delaying his tech.
Interesting SimCity as well, keeping everything in the back.
Yeah, I wouldn't actually, now that I think about it, it's possible that Ashbringer, he may be looking to shut down this Reaper before it gets, before any tech is thrown down. And there we go, the Reaper does fall.
Yeah, the Sentry together with the Stalker were able to take down the Reaper. I think one probe has died, but it's still decent. And all the information was kept hidden.
Yeah, and this is a really quirky follow-up, and I believe we have casted Ashbringer in a PvT before, and he did do this. He goes for a Forge first, a very fast Forge for a very fast +1.
Yeah, that's definitely... I mean, it can work. It has its place, I guess. And we'll see if it will.
Yeah, so this is a very unorthodox build here from Ashbringer. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for a +1, maybe even charge all in. We'll see what the tech of choice is going to be here on this Fire Council. We'll see if he does go for charge or if he goes for blink instead.
Yeah, I could definitely see charge, but blink stalkers are definitely a popular unit of choice, and we do have that charge.
Yeah, this feels like an all-in coming from Ashbringer. We'll see how many gateways get thrown down. Meanwhile, again, ByuN is in the dark. His Reaper didn't make it into the main base. He has no idea what is going on, and I'm disappointed that it took this long, but finally we have a Protoss player that's not going Phoenix Colossus. Let's go.
Yeah, at the same time though, ByuN already has 3 Raxes, and he's just pumping out Marines. The steam is about to be done, so we'll see how well the Chargers can do versus that. I mean, I guess they will jump to the Marines, but like, can they kill them before they are kited?
Yeah, that's a good thing to bring up here, because ByuN behind this is going for a 3 Rax build. Once again, 2 games in a row, he did this against Creature, and now he's doing it again here against Ashbringer, but it's not as committed because he goes for a pretty fast 3rd CC as well. So it's kind of a more macro-oriented 3 Rax. It is going to hit a little bit later. It is going to hit a little bit weaker here as a result, as Ashbringer actually is going to be delaying his 3rd Nexus, and he's throwing down more tech instead.
Yeah, he's getting his Robo base, so I guess maybe we will get that Colossi that you were talking about, unless those are Disruptors. But something tells me Colossus makes more sense here.
Yeah, this is so quirky here from Ashbringer again to delay his 3rd base. ByuN is looking for it. He's looking for the 3rd. There should be a 3rd Nexus by now. But again, Ashbringer is favoring his tech instead, as he's going to be going straight from +1 into +2.
Ooh, +2 straight up. Immortal already out. That's definitely gonna be an interesting army composition to go versus pretty much only Marines.
Yeah, we don't really have that many gateways either. We only have 3 gates, so I'm pretty sure Ashbringer will take an expansion. It's just going to be very delayed. The Marine is going to be shut down here. We should be seeing a base taken soon. It's going to be really weird if we move out with only a handful of units like this and a Colossus, but there we go. There is that Nexus.
Yeah, interesting choice by Ashbringer to delay that base and without getting too much like army at the same time. And actually, ByuN is taking his expansion at exactly the same moment.
Yeah, again, a really quirky play style from Ashbringer. Meanwhile, ByuN, I'm sure because he's been so in the dark, he doesn't really know what's going on. He didn't really hit a timing with his 3 racks. He's going up to 5 immediately. Medevacs are finally coming out though, so ByuN can now be active as he takes down that observer.
Yeah, and he will be moving out with this Bioforce. We have Marines, we have a few Marauders as well, and it looks like it will be scouted by Ashbringer.
Yeah, nice hallucinated scout there by Ashbringer. He does confirm the location of the army. Can he defend though? The shield battery is still on the way, and the Nexus isn't done, so we won't have an overcharge.
Yeah, I like how that Colossus has a different skin than the entire army, by the way. It really stands out.
It's quite spiky as well. Very spiky.
Yeah.
As ByuN is looking for another way, he does spot the Colossus. He doesn't like his chances, especially with all these sentries. Force fields will be completely slicing up the army of ByuN. I love this. We even have a hallucinated Colossus as well.
Yeah, you have to guess which one is the real one.
Exactly.
Oh, we have a Zealot standing here as well, so this army is being kept an eye on by Ashbringer, and he has the time to make some warpings to prepare for this attack, and he will have to defend this with charge loss.
Yeah, that he will. And charge loss can do well against this kind of army when we have a high enough number. Meanwhile, ByuN is getting ready to drop into the main base. There is one Colossus here, but it's quite exposed. Has to be very careful. Does push ByuN back.
I guess with all these stalkers defending it, like ByuN didn't want to load into the Medivacs to jump in the level. So the Colossus was that much safer from the attack, but that was quite risky there.
Yeah, just kind of pokes in and backs off. We do see ByuN just looking for map control instead, and I do appreciate this because honestly ByuN's macro has been superior. It's something we don't see too often, but a 4th base is on the way for ByuN, and we do have a Nexus in workers as well. In this matchup, typically it's the Protoss that's ahead, or that needs to be ahead economically, and Ashbringer is falling behind, again, just because he has been focusing on his tech so much.
Yeah, the thing is, he's making all this army, he's making all these charges, but he's not using them for anything, so I'm starting to worry that ByuN will overpower him eventually.
Yeah, we'll see if that's going to be the case as ByuN is moving out with his entire army here. He's got 2 tanks, he's got 20 Marauders as well, more than enough to go toe-to-toe with the Colossus. Ashbringer getting caught out with only half his army. Everything else has to come together. Oh.
Yeah, now the force field is coming down, all the charges are going through the bio, but that's only so much they can do because they themselves hit the wall as well.
Yeah, beautiful force fields there, just slicing up the army of ByuN. Immediately he's going to unsiege and back off. We have the overcharge as well. Ashbringer is going to try and chase us down.
Yeah, and chase he will. There are 3 Colossi in this army still. The tanks are a bit exposed and they will be going down, so now it's just this bio. 1 tank comes back for reinforcements, and Ashbringer is holding this so far, although his army does not look great.
It isn't great, but it's a little bit deceiving. ByuN knows that he cannot go past his choke point, otherwise he will be force fielded once again by all these sentries, so he will back off. Ashbringer is going to slowly take his 4th, but we can see that ByuN, his macro has been insane. He is soon about to max out.
Yeah, and he's maxing out on this bio army. There are ghosts in the army now as well, so there will be AMPs available. And yeah, he's just, getting another base, getting more economy, and getting ready for wave 2.
And I'm starting to worry here for Ashbringer because he does have a pretty powerful army, but we should be diversifying our splash damage. We should be working towards disruptors or even storms at this point as well. Relying on pure Colossus like this can be a risky thing to do because we do have Viking production commencing for ByuN.
Yeah, we do have those Vikings, and so the Colossi will not save the army this time, and yeah, we'll see how the engagements go. At the same time, Ashbringer is sneaking a unit down south.
Yeah,
Is it just a scout?
we do have a Prism headed towards that main base. We have a wall of turrets here to meet him as well. ByuN is ready for something like that to happen. This is going to be slightly out of range of this sensor tower, so there is some counter damage available for Ashbringer. But yeah, he has to be very careful with his Prism movement.
Yeah, at the same time, we'll see how much time Ashbringer actually has for this, because ByuN's army is starting to posture around the map, so he will be ready for the attack soon.
He is now max. Ashbringer has not diversified. There's no disruptors, no storm, no nothing. Just charge lot, Archon, Colossus. We'll see how well it does. ByuN does scan, confirm the location of the army. He's going to rotate around towards that third base.
Oh, interesting. He's splitting a small group of Marines to the fourth base. At the same time, he is attacking the main army at the third. The entire army of Ashbringer is trying to come to defend. The EMPs hit the Archons, which is really nice. At the same time, the damage is done to the probes.
Yeah, exactly. That run by is doing so much damage. Not even a drop, just Marines waddling on by. 6 probes are going to be going down. At the same time, we have that main big fight. Looks like 1 Colossus is going to be going down, but there's still so much Protoss.
Yeah, I think ByuN might have underestimated this army a little bit, as he's like, with the split army, he's not quite able to overpower this, and now Ashbringer has the advantage in terms of army.
Yeah, but now he's going to be pushing on into tank fire here. He only has 2 Colossus remaining. Does he have enough to break on through? He's trying to. We do have a massive warp of Zealous behind this. The boys are being pulled.
Yeah, the boys are being pulled, and they will help in this fight. The Immortals did fall down. All of the Colossus were dead. This one is barely saved. But is that enough momentum for Ashbringer?
Yeah, that choke point was brutal. Ashbringer, I think he just overstayed his welcome, pushing into that tank of fire, and he lost almost every Colossus. He only has 1 left. He's trying to rebuild his army here, but ByuN is buying time to also muster his own defense to get more energy for more EMPs.
Yeah, his ghosts also are... Some of them already have the energy, so Ashbringer has to be careful about how he engages this, and the Colossus does fall down. The Warpiece is sniped as well, but he is chasing this army.
He is chasing this army. He's chasing it into a choke point here. We do see the Archon stuck behind the Stalkers as well. They're trying to get their shots off, but they just can't get close enough.
Yeah, and in the end, the army of Ashbringer gets cleaned up. The reinforcements arrive for ByuN, and this attack is over.
Yeah, again, I do think that the fight here at that choke point went a little bit too poorly for Ashbringer. He lost too much in that engagement to those tanks, and now ByuN can go for his counterattack. Ashbringer was pretty all in. His economic situation is not looking too good at all. He lost so many probes, and he didn't have that much to begin with.
Yeah, and now he has no Colossus. He's working on an Immortal, but I don't think the Immortal will be able to fight this army, and ByuN is already here.
He has arrived. We have an overcharge, and that's going to do a lot, but the Vikings, they do land. They're not ideal against this Protoss ground army, but they're better than nothing, and Ashbringer, he's going to try and make his final stand.
Yeah, but there are no sentries, there are just Archons. There is 1 Immortal to help, but this will be enough for ByuN, and he takes another game.
GG, well played. ByuN does put another point on the board. His 9th win here in OSC King of the Hill.
Yeah, by the way, shout out to R3RR075 who subscribed with Prime.
Thank you so much, Revo, maybe? Thank you so much, R3, for subscribing, for supporting the channel. Thank you, puppy. Thank you so much. We appreciate the support. We hope you enjoy your lovely emotes and your replay packs, as we do provide replay packs to our Twitch subscribers. Thank you so much. Ooh, yeah, ByuN takes down another Protoss, but what I will say is that Ashbringer, he kind of had his own moment here as well. Like, he did have quite some momentum going his way, and he did take some good fights.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I want to say that Ashbringer's fight, like, in the base of ByuN actually didn't look that bad. But he did stay there a little bit too long, and in the end he lost all those units in the choke point. I feel like maybe if he positioned it better, he actually could have done a lot of damage to ByuN right there.
Yeah, I think Ashbringer, he excelled best when we had that fight in the middle of the map, initially when forcing ByuN back home. That did work out quite well for him, but in the end, ByuN does take it, and now we're going into our next game here, where we have our first Southeast Asian player.
Indeed we do. And they have already conducted the vetoes. Or their veto.
Yeah, and
Singular.
here we go. The challenger is going to be, from the land of India, Demi.
Yeah, it is Demi that you could have seen earlier in the chat. So Demi was watching ByuN playing. So he knows what has been going on. He was also confused if it was Blisk playing, maybe.
Yes, Demi has arrived here, and that may mean that we get to see NightPhoenix a little bit later on. We did see NightPhoenix in the chat earlier as well. But it's great to see Demi showing off. He has had a lot of time to ruminate and to think about how he wants to approach this. He has a little bit of information. He should be fully aware that ByuN is most likely going to go for a 2-Rax opener. That shouldn't be a surprise for Demi.
Yeah, but like, are we gonna see Eba?
I hope not.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll see how this all concludes. For those wondering, exclamation mark be in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the brackets. We are nearing the end of the broadcast. We have Demi versus ByuN coming up, and then we only have 3 more challengers left.
Yeah, so only a few more chances left for these players to take down the current king on the hill. And as a reminder, every win in this King of the Hill format grants you some prize money. Also, how many wins is ByuN on right now?
9.
9. So also for taking down ByuN, you also get a bonus.
Yeah, there you go. There is now a bounty on the head of the king. A bit of a ransom, if you will, as gonna have to rebuild this lobby. The players.
Nah, it's fine. What do you mean?
Players not quite set up. Good or good.
I mean, it's fine. You obviously want to play versus Demi.
Oh yeah, of course. But yeah, we are gonna be having our first map here, and this will be taking place on Ancient Cistern.
Yeah, once again, seeing Ancient Cistern here.
Unfortunately, we haven't seen too many of the older maps. We've seen plenty of Light Shade, but so far, no Death Aura, no Jagannatha.
Yeah, where's Jagannatha? I don't think anyone has picked it yet.
Yeah, not tonight at least. Not tonight, as we're now going to be loading into our next game here. One of the final games of the night, match 12.
And we are loaded to Ancient Cistern LE as we are looking at our new challenger, the Red Zerg player from Alpha X. It is Demi.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN, the current King of the Hill. And again, this should not be a surprise to anyone. I mentioned it earlier. Demi should be expecting this as well. ByuN has been going for these 2-Rax openers every game against every single Zerg player.
But always on the low ground?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, he's been doing it in ESL Open Cup Asia, in KSL, and even here at OSC King of the Hill. This has become ByuN's go-to opener in TVZ. Only ByuN. No other Korean does.
Okay, makes sense. I mean, yeah, ByuN has his own builds, right?
He does. Meanwhile, Demi is going for, he's going for a gas pool hatch opener. So very aggressive by Demi. He may be looking to try and punish this from ByuN. Now, it's important to bear in mind that we saw a best of 5 between ByuN and Dark a couple of weeks ago. And Dark, he kept trying to roach all in. He kept trying to roach all in against ByuN doing this, and it would never work. ByuN's defense was just too damn good. Demi may be having his own, or he may be trying his own luck here, as he does actually go for that link speed.
Yeah, I mean, if he keeps making links, then he may just try to run straight into there. And we'll see how ByuN's reactions are. He does close that wall for the time being, but Demi should be able to catch the first Reaper. I don't know about the next ones, though.
Yeah, again, with the build from Demi, we're going to have a very fast link speed, and that should shut down the Reapers very quickly as well once it kicks in. Until that happens, though, ByuN is going to be rushing across the map, and now he catches wind of the fact that this is not a hatch first.
Yeah, that one drone is a bit in danger. The Queen is ready in position. The Zerglings will chase off the Reaper as well. It will not die, but it is kept away from the base.
Oh, I love this. ByuN, he sees the opener, he immediately transitions. He's going for his reactor and his tech lab as well. Actually, yeah, reactor and his tech lab. He's getting ready for the aggression of Demi.
Yeah, and Demi is still keeping track of these Reapers. There are 2 now, so the 4 links will not be quite enough to deter them.
Oh.
But there are queens in the bases as well.
Oh, but this is a lot of damage being done here. 2 drones already going down for the price of 1 Reaper. Well worth it here for ByuN.
Yeah, but the link speed just completed, so the links will be able to chase these Reapers off for the time being. They're not able to catch them once again, but for the time being, Demi is stopping ByuN for making too much damage.
Yeah, the Reapers are being forced back, but again, they already got 2 drone kills. They're going to be trading and dancing with these links. Eventually, they'll be cleaned up, but they're trading as best they can. Meanwhile, ByuN is following this up with what seems to be a 2-base all-in. We have a 4 racks follow-up.
4 racks. I've heard of 3 racks. I've heard of 5 racks, but 4?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Marines, a lot of Marauders, a lot of units on the ground. This is going to hit hard. This is going to hit without medevacs as well. And Demi needs to scout this. He needs to realize what is going on.
Yeah, there will be a lot of Marines, and those Marines will have both steam and combat shields, so they will be quite strong.
Yeah, so you have another gas being taken here on the low ground. Demi was able to sneak out his 3rd base. Again, he was able to survive the initial aggression. Did lose 2 drones though, so not the most ideal defense from Demi. But soon he has to realize that he's not going to be free to drone up too much longer, as ByuN is already moving out. Stim is finishing up in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, Demi did see this group of Marines with the scouting link, but I'm not sure he's quite ready for the attack. I mean, he will have more links, but there's no bane link, there's no nothing.
Here we go, another ling, another spotter ling does get taken out. Demi is moving in position with his queens, with his lings. He's going to be ready for this, but again, Stim is now done, and ByuN is looking to dive. I don't think he wants to, like, trade, or I don't think he wants to, like, poke in and out. I think he's just going to go for it.
I think so. He's trying to get the queens out of position, and he's almost able to do it, but they react just in time, so for the time being, he will just clear the creep.
And here we go. There is that first team. He dives up the queens. The lings do come out, but I don't think there's enough lings. The lings are all going to go down.
Yeah, the queens don't quite have the energy for transfuse, so he just takes them down, and ByuN takes Demi out.
GG, well played. Demi caught droning. Demi with not enough links to support his queens is going to go down, and ByuN takes game number 10 in OSC King of the Hill.
Yeah, nicely done, nicely done. Oh, only a few chances left to take down ByuN. Will he be the king of the hill at the end of this weekly?
We will see here. We're here to find out. To bear witness, we have 3 challengers left. 3 players left to try and bring down ByuN. Can anyone pull it off here? Can anyone do it?
We need to get... Who could take the ByuN?
Oh!
Nicoract!
Let's go, Papi. Let's go. I've been asking for him. We've been asking for him. You just mentioned him as well. Eddie just said, mate, it's time. It's time. We've been building up ByuN. We've been banking up that bounty. His kryptonite is coming out. It's going to be Nicoract. Let's go.
Yeah, the ByuN sniper. He's here.
Oh my god. Let's go, Papi. Let's go. For those who don't know, again, Nicoract, he's, again, more of a niche player, but he has taken down ByuN in OSC King of the Hill before in these best of ones. ByuN knows him. He's aware of him. He's even called him out a little bit.
Yeah, ByuN is well aware that Nicoract is the ByuN sniper. Like, Nicoract is a pretty good player, and, like, you know, he's getting some results, but, like, he's not, like, you know, the top of the top. But he's quite reliably been taking out ByuN in this King of the Hills, so...
If anyone can do it, he can in this TVT. Oh boy, we'll see what the staging ground is going to be here. What map is he going to pick? And how is he going to try and bring down ByuN once again?
Yeah, we'll find out soon.
I'm just checking the history here. The last 2 times they faced was OSC King of the Hill 107 and OSC King of the Hill 103. Both times, Nicoract 1-0'd ByuN and ended his win streak. Both times.
Yeah. So we'll see if Nicoract can do that once again, or maybe ByuN has figured him out and that no longer works.
We'll see again. In the most recent events, Nicoract, he does have a 100% win rate, but these OSC King of the Hills were a while ago. I'm just checking. OSC King of the Hill 103 was in August of last year. 107 was in September of last year. So it's actually been a decent amount of months. It's been a while. It's been a while since they faced off. The meta has shifted. The maps are different. The patch is a little bit different. You know, things have changed post Katowice. So is Nicoract ready for this?
Is ByuN ready for this?
That's a good question. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. Can ByuN get his revenge? Can he fight back against the might that is the TVT of Nicoract? We're here to find out.
Yep. As the players are getting ready for the match.
I'm catching up in the chat. Has anyone ever seen Ashbringer and AsherBro in the same room together? Oh, true.
I mean, solid proof right there.
Vámonos, Fabi, vámonos. I see Grail in the chat. Where's that Brazilian Protoss? Are you talking about Master? Unfortunately, I don't think Master is in I don't think he's an OSC Elite member. Unfortunately.
Wait, why Brazilian Protoss? Has he taken out ByuN lately, or what?
I don't think so. I think maybe we just want to see some more Master. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh. Can we get a donation emo with Light's laugh? That would be great. Oh. I do kind of I don't know. I think we're very on the fence when it comes to sound alerts on this channel, because this is mainly a casting channel, right? We don't want things to interfere too much with the games that are being played out, you know?
Yeah, firstly is the casting. Secondly, most streams are on a delay, so before you see it, like, it's been a while anyway. And thirdly, like, the sounds have to make sure they're not like DMCA or anything, because then, you know.
I don't think my laugh is DMCA. Don't worry, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, maybe not your laugh, but still.
But I get what you're saying. Yeah. We try to keep things a little bit professional here on the CranKy Ducklings. That's why we started the stream. That's why we started the stream talking about sausages. Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
Oh.
Well, anyway, I have no follow-up for this, but we are now on Ancient Cistern again, and we are looking at the Red Terran. Representing Sidestorm Gaming, it is Nicoract.
Oh, let's go, Poppy, as he goes for a proxy 2-Rax, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have his opponent. We have the current King of the Hill, the man with the sausage. It's big, it's beautiful, it's shiny. He is representing Shopify Rebellion, ByuN. Getting 2-Rax. Hi.
Also, yeah, we haven't seen HonMonO yet, have we?
I love it. Are we talking about HonMonO again? Oh, I'm always thinking about HonMonO, Poppy. As ByuN, he's like blind countering this. He's opening up with his own 2-Rax back at home.
Ooh, interesting. Very interesting there for ByuN, and I guess this will come down to micro ?
Well, I mean, so initially Nicoract, he is gonna have a little bit of a faster timing with his first 2 Reapers, but ByuN is gonna be able to meet up with his production here. It's gonna be difficult. Oh my god, we're going for a 3-Rax.
Yeah, we're going for 3-Rax Reapers from Nicoract. And I think I've seen this before. I think someone told me that 3-Rax loses to 2-Rax.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that 3-Raxes, you're meant to get momentum over time, but I feel like it's going to be difficult to gain that momentum here when ByuN is going to be keeping up with your production for so long. especially with his control as well. So a bold move by Nicoract, but ByuN, he's gonna be looking around here. He's looking for a set proxy.
Yeah, he barely did not check right the spot where Nicoract is. Just barely didn't see it, but he should be seeing it soon. In the meantime, the Reaper will be going to the other side of the map, I imagine.
Oh, there we go. The two Reapers do slip on in, and it looks like, ByuN almost loses his first Reaper, but he does manage to escape in time. We do see the production is now under threat, and ByuN has to turn back around, but he does have weakened Reapers. Up!
Yeah, he loses the first one. The second one is in danger, but there's reinforcement from Nicoract, but he loses his own as well.
Yeah, and that may just be it. Yep, GG gets called. The momentum is lost, and ByuN will take another game. He takes down his sniper, he gets his revenge, and he will maintain his crown here, his throne as the king of the hill.
This was much faster than expected.
Yeah, things escalate really quickly here, and as you were saying, because of the production of ByuN, because he blindly went for a 2-rax, it did just hard counter Nicoract. Oh.
Oh no. I think I know who the next challenger is. As we see some sad faces in the chat.
Let's go. We do have our next challenger, I believe. Yes, I'm just getting confirmation by Eddie. We have a lovely Protoss player that's been here since the start of the broadcast in the chat.
Yeah, a certain cat. Or cat girl.
Is it a cat? Is it an anime? Is it a waifu? It's all of the above.
I mean, he's a cat, he's a crab, he's a phoenix. It's many things.
Many things. But here we go. It is going to be NightPhoenix coming out here, and we are big fans, or at least I am a big fan of NightPhoenix. We do see him excel quite well in OSC King of the Hill and in these online tournaments, but he's up against ByuN.
Yeah, I mean, as we said, some sad faces in the chat, like he knows full well that he has a big challenge in front of him. But you never know in a game of StarCraft, especially in a best of one.
Oh yeah. Anything can happen in a best of one, and I want to believe that if anyone is going to fail ByuN, it's going to be this player here. Let's go already. A bit of a different map for the first time tonight, I believe. We're going to be loading in to altitude.
By the way, this is funny, but I just want to point out that as we were loading into game, somebody who joined OSC chat is called Nesty. Like, oh, okay, that's the name.
Beautiful. A blast from the past, but here we go. You can hear the beeps. ByuN, I believe he's got 11 wins under his belt now. He's got a lot of wins.
Yeah, he definitely got a lot of. He's not gonna get the full 15 like MaxPax last time. Not this week anyway. But we'll see if he can at least make it to the end of today. But for now, we have a new challenger, a Protoss player, representing hot-headed gaming. It is the Yellow Protoss, NightPhoenix. Yeah.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of altitude, we have his opponent. We have the current king of the hill with 11 wins under his belt. We've breached the double digits. The South Korean Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. We thought it was going to be MaxPax. We thought it was going to be Dark. We thought it was going to be one of the other big names early on, but no. ByuN rises above the rest. He is looking to be the one true king. He's got a long way to go to keep up with the reign as long as MaxPax is, but he's on the road. He's on the way.
Yeah, he definitely is looking to go pretty far in this tournament, but I mean, as we said, anything can happen in best of one, and there are still a few chances for our challengers. as NightPhoenix will be checking out what ByuN is up to this time.
Yeah, interesting choice from NightPhoenix for him to go for the largest map in the map pool. He's not quite going for any kind of cheese or anything like that, so I'm really curious as to what his plan is going to be here against ByuN. We do see ByuN going for an economic opener, which makes sense on altitude. He's going for a Rax expand.
Yep. So looks like we will have no dedicated Reapers this game, but NightPhoenix is actually delaying this base for quite a bit.
Oh, does delay a little bit, but it's still thrown down on location. We see him being a little bit annoying, tasing away at that SCV, but he has to get out of here because the Reaper is about to pop out.
Yes, indeed, and get away he will. At the same time, he's working on his own tech, just finishing the cyber core and going for an adept first.
A standard gate expand. This adept is going to be zooming across the map, and the role of this adept is to try and snipe this SCV and delay the building CC. ByuN, meanwhile, has the map control. Oh, NightPhoenix! He's going for a robo opener, not a Twilight or a Stargate.
Yeah, there's also this probe of his going to straight to the Xelnaga tower as well. Oh no, sorry, it's a Zealot.
Yeah, he did go for a Zealot first here. The Zealot is making its way towards that building CC. The Adept is moving out as well as the Reaper moves in, though.
Yeah, so this Reaper may take some... Oh, actually the Stalker pops out just in time to defend this mineral line, but at the same time the Zealot is in the main base of ByuN.
It is at the natural, and it looks like the CC will barely finish in time. The Zealot gets here 1 second too late. And now we can evacuate the natural, we can morph in that orbital, and ByuN should be okay here. He's got 2 Marines on the other side of this wall, and he's about to have 2 more.
Yeah, really unfortunate there for NightPhoenix. He just barely missed the timing, but he's also doing some work on this depot, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, remember, as we do see a little bit of a trade going on here, the Adept trying to be as annoying as possible. That Stalker is going to show up as well.
Yeah, the SCV will be going down, but so does the Adept. Actually, no, Perry survived, but there are not many Marines left, but they pack quite a punch.
That they do. Meanwhile, NightPhoenix is keeping up the aggression. Remember, I did mention earlier that we had a robo opener, and we do have a prism on the way. 2 more gates as well. It is going to be a 3-gate follow-up, a 4-gate follow-up. Oh my god, so very aggressive play here on 2 bases, but ByuN sees everything with this Reaper.
Yeah, and there are absolutely no defenses here for NightPhoenix, so probes will be falling down. He has to recall these 2 Stalkers, but there are already 2 probes killed.
Yeah, this is disastrous for NightPhoenix. He wants to be aggressive on 2 bases, but again, everything has been scattered. He loses 2 more probes, he gets slowed down, and now ByuN has plenty of time to respond.
Yeah, he's setting up his bunkers, he has all these Marines, Steam is already on the way, and yeah, he's just gonna try and take the 3rd base, I guess.
And once again, 3 TVPs in a row. He's going for a 3 racks. Again, this is fallen out of fashion. This isn't too common at all, but it is common here with ByuN. He's going to be working with a lot of Marines, with a lot of bio units. He's going to have plenty here to work with to defend against this push.
Yeah, that he will even getting a 2nd bunker just in case, and another one on the high ground in case NightPhoenix tries to blink straight in, and we'll see how much he can do. There are no tanks yet, but bio is still quite scary.
Yeah, we do have some nice control here from NightPhoenix, keeping all these Stalkers alive. He's trying to focus down this bunker as well, but the bunker stands strong. The repair is too good. NightPhoenix does get repelled.
Yeah, he will try to get into the main, but once again, there is another bunker in the main as well, so I don't think he can get that. He can do much damage there either.
Yeah, exactly. He does get forced back. Behind this, we do have a Twilight Council. We do have Blink on the way for NightPhoenix. So he is transitioning into a more robust Stalker army, but still no 3rd Nexus.
Yeah, and these Stalkers are trying to find some damage, but both bunkers are now full. There is a tank on the high ground. There is still more bio left over, so I don't think that these Stalkers can really do anything here.
Yeah, the defense is too good. We do have a scan. The Observer goes down as well. And this should spell the end of the aggression from NightPhoenix. Once Blink finishes, we can see NightPhoenix try and, again, be a little bit more oppressive. But more than anything, he's going to be looking to contain ByuN on 2 bases for as long as possible.
Yeah, that's what it looks like he will have to do. At the same time, he is getting his 3rd base. He is getting the Templar archives as well. So he's just transitioning to the next step, making some probes, and yeah, he's just gonna be happy with containing ByuN because, yeah, I don't think he can break the defense.
He's gonna try to, he pushes on up. He does focus on one of these deepers here. Ooh, as he doesn't lose any stalkers, so very nice control overall. Just NightPhoenix getting whatever value he can. Storm is now on the way. That's gonna be his splash damage of choice, but he needs a little bit of time before he can get that Storm going. Oh!
We'll see if ByuN can give him this time, because the Marines are now moving out. The warp is in danger, but it escapes into where does it escape, like? Where does the warp escape?
Off the cliff into the altitude. Oh. There you go. As we do have the Stalkers pushing on forward as well. Once again, nice blinks. Doesn't quite take anything down, but does force ByuN to re-siege and respect the Stalker army staying back at home. Again, the goal here for NightPhoenix is to just buy time to saturate his sword and to get these High Templar going for that Storm.
Yeah, and he already has a few warped in, so they will be gathering that energy for the storms, and even denying the third base for the time being for ByuN is pretty nice.
It gets a little bit of damage on it as well. The Bio Army is looking to try and get into position to force back at NightPhoenix, and again, good trades from NightPhoenix. He picks up a couple of these Marines, but he's going to be losing some Stalkers.
Yeah, he started with some nice blink micro, but unfortunately it wasn't enough, and these Stalkers will be going down. At the same time, he's sneaking a few of them into the main base.
Yeah, but that was an expensive loss for NightPhoenix. We can't afford to throw away Stalkers like that. The Zealots are coming in a little bit too soon. Charge is not done.
Yeah, charge is not down. These Zealots will not be able to do anything. They're trying to escape, but one of them will be caught.
One Zealot goes down. Meanwhile, we're warping across the map. We're going into that mineral line as well. The Zealots are even going to force a little bit of friendly fire from that tank.
Yeah, the Zealots were a bit blocked by the Stalkers, I feel like, and they will be cleared out by this bio, but 9 SCVs do fall down.
And not a bad trade here for NightPhoenix. He does do some economic damage. The Prism is still alive in between the bases as well, and Storm is done. We're a little bit late with our upgrades. +1 is very delayed here for NightPhoenix, but he makes up for it with those Storms.
Yeah, we have 3 High Templars here, but this is not a big army, so we have to be careful about where we position them so they don't get sniped by ByuN.
Yeah, there are no tanks on the low ground, but as I say that, a tank is being repositioned as we speak. One MindelVK goes down for free as well. Nice pickoffs here from NightPhoenix, but he has to be very careful. Without the Prism to support his High Templar, he can't really save them. He can't really control them as he goes for warping into the main.
The Warpies barely survived. One more shot and he would be down, but it successfully distracts ByuN a little bit. He still has enough forces to split though.
He does. We do have a drop into the main base to clean up these Zealots. We do have a bit of another warping, but the Prism has to get out of here. The High Templar! No!
The High Templar! No! I told you, he has to be careful where he leaves them, and unfortunately he left them at the wrong place as they were all sniped by ByuN.
Yeah, and I believe, yep, every single High Templar just went down. No Storms are available. We do warp in another 4 back at home, but they need time to gather that energy.
Yeah, and I don't know if NightPhoenix can buy much time, as ByuN soon will be ready to attack himself, and he's starting to chase this army.
He is. Meanwhile, that Prism is somehow still alive. We see a massive Zealot warping into the into the natural base as well. Do we have any Storms? We need them. We need a little bit more time. Up.
One High Templar is caught. One Storm does connect, but it connects with Marauders, and they take it.
They do take it. Meanwhile, the Prism in the natural has been picked off. ByuN had plenty of reinforcements back at home, and NightPhoenix is running out of steam. We do have a 4th base behind this. His worker count is looking quite good, but unfortunately, NightPhoenix has been a little bit wasteful with his units. He has been forced to keep replenishing them and keep replacing them.
Yeah, his army does not look great, and ByuN is starting to snowball with his. This mostly Marauder army is looking really strong, and there are now Vikings in the mix as well.
Yeah, exactly, as ByuN is going to be pushing on out. We do see he's actually kind of out-positioning his opponent right now. NightPhoenix trying to keep up with the movement of ByuN, as ByuN is just sending everything across the map.
Yeah, there are ghosts in that army as well, so if NightPhoenix is not careful, it will get EMP'd, and now we just have an engagement in the middle of the map.
Yeah, that we do. Yeah, we do have those EMPs on the Archons. They're going to get picked off one after the other. At the same time, the Prism is being rallied into the army as well.
Yeah, I believe one of the High Templars was picked up as well, so this one survives just barely, but it is slowed down.
It is slowed down, and It doesn't even have enough energy here for a single storm as well. We do see a massive Zealot run by back at home, but ByuN has reinforcements. GG gets called, and ByuN will take down NightPhoenix and hold on to his crown.
GG.
GG. NightPhoenix doing the best he could to pull apart ByuN, but it felt like NightPhoenix himself was getting pulled apart a little bit. It was unfortunate that his opener was scattered so quickly, and his opener was delayed as well, so I'm sure he wanted to do a little bit more damage with his 4-gate Stalkers. Wasn't quite able to against ByuN. ByuN was just all over it.
Yeah, definitely. And like, you know, after the beginning, like the entire game, it just felt like NightPhoenix just didn't have enough units to contest ByuN, and like, you know, the longer it went, the worse it got.
Yeah, exactly. The composition that NightPhoenix was going for, it's a composition that's supposed to build up over time, where the Stalkers survive, the High Templars survive, and the army gets larger as the game goes on. But because ByuN was doing such a great job at picking off a couple of units here and there and trading so well, NightPhoenix, he was never able to really flourish and get into his own game. So very well done by ByuN. And NightPhoenix is going to have to bow out, and we have one game left.
There's one more chance for our players to take down ByuN. And who is it gonna be?
We're going to Korea. We're heading over to the land of Korea. Tater Tutor better be ready here, because Papi, Kuro, it's time.
You mean Oliveira?
Get over to Korea. Shaking my head. Shaking my head. Let's go, Papi. Let's go. It's time to whip it out in the chat, because it is going to be HonMonO.
As soon as Blizzard connects me to the services, I will join you. That may never happen.
The South Korean Terran player residing in the land of Japan, representing K10 himself. Let's go, Papi. Let's go. This is it. This is how we end the night. The best way to end the night. Oh.
It's my favorite thing, where Blizzard claims I'm disconnected, but I can see the chat behind the disconnection window. It's like, I can see it right there. What are you talking about? I'm clearly connected. You're showing me the chat.
So as Kuro does resolve some technical issues, we are getting ready here for our final game. Again, so far we've had 4 team players come and fall. The last and final player is here. It's going to be a TVT, but barely a TVT. Because, you know, things can get really wild when HonMonO is involved.
Yeah, definitely. But will it be HonMacro or will it be HonMech?
Oh, it's going to be HonMonO, I can tell you that.
Oh, okay.
I can see the chat. The most honorable of all monorables. He's amazing. He is beautiful. To be fair, as cheesy as HonMonO is, in TVT, he can be a little bit more standard. He can be a little bit more normal, a little bit more sane. Oh boy, but we'll see. We'll see what he has to offer.
Yeah, I mean, look, Nicoract couldn't do it, but maybe we just need something more spicy.
Exactly. He's a man by many names. HonMonO, HonMech, HonMacro as well. HonMacro is another one. But better known.
Have we had HonMicro though?
HonMicro. Oh, we haven't seen HonMicro yet. We haven't seen that yet. But I want to. Oh, let's go. Vámonos. This is the way to end the night. Most honorable of monorables. Let's go.
But first, we will be looking at our current King of the Hill. Undefeated for the past, how many is it? 12? 13 games?
12.
It is the Red Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN.
And spawning In the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the South Korean Terran player residing in the land of Japan, the best player in all of Japan, representing K10. It's the would-be usurper. It is the challenger. It is HonMonO.
Oh my god.
All right.
Automod might have caught a message.
What a...
I think people are a bit excited to see HonMonO playing.
My heart says ByuN, my loins say hung. That's poetry. We have to let that through. I'm going to allow this. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Oh, Emperor Fuble. It's beautiful. Vámonos, papi, vámonos. As for the time being, we do see a double gas opener here from both players. So we saw this against Nicoract. ByuN is going for a 2 racks opener. Meanwhile, HonMonO is doing something very different. He goes for a single racks, but he goes reactor first.
Okay. I mean, you have to keep up with ByuN's production somehow, so may as well do it with the reactor.
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to be skipping his first Reaper here. He's going to be making 2 at a time, of course, back at home. But we do see ByuN is going to have the initiative to begin with, as he will be the first player with a Reaper on the field.
Yeah, and it looks like HonMonO is following this up with a factory, so he's not gonna be focusing on the Raxes for the time being, but he is getting his own Reaper.
Yeah, here we go. 2 Reapers on the way for HonMonO. Meanwhile, ByuN is scouring the map right now. He's looking for those proxies, just like against Nicoract. I don't blame him. HonMonO has a reputation of being cheesy, has a reputation of being aggressive, and ByuN is looking for that. But now he has met up with his second Reaper. He's zooming across the map.
Yeah, the fact though that ByuN has been scouting the map means that HonMonO did have the time to catch up with the Reapers, and his are about to pop out, as well as the Hellion.
Yeah, but he has to be careful here because he does have 1 lone Reaper on its own. Who shoots first? It looks like HonMonO will shoot first. Up!
Ooh, but the micro!
Oh.
On micro!
Wow, the KDA charge there from ByuN was just a little bit too good, and he does take down to that first Reaper, but no, he does lose his own as well to that Hellion.
Yeah, the Hellion came in clutch and did take down that 1 Reaper, but there are still 2 left, and HonMonO's are not out yet.
Yeah, and now HonMonO, he has successfully defended here with the help of this Hellion. It's going to be, especially with a second Hellion as well, it's going to be so difficult for ByuN to really get too much more damage. He is investing quite a lot into these Reapers, but he is transitioning back at home.
Yeah, I mean, ByuN definitely wants to keep the pressure on HonMonO and make sure he doesn't expand too easily, but he knows that he cannot do too much damage on this side of the map, so he will just try to control the situation.
He will, and hey, he's reinforcing with a couple of Hellions as well. We have a Cyclone on the way behind this. HonMonO is looking to expand. ByuN has a much later CC, but it's on a location here, looking to try and take advantage of his map control.
I like how ByuN is positioning his units.
Yeah, he's setting up a bit of a concave here for whenever HonMonO tries to push the low ground, and here we go. We do have a cancel on that reactor. 1 SCV already going down, and HonMonO is going to try and expand.
HonMonO, are you just gonna you're not gonna squish the Reapers, you know that, right?
He's not going to be able to. He has quite a large army here. Has plenty of Marines covering that Reaper cliff. There we go. He does land that CC. HonMonO takes control of his natural, is going to be able to start mining from it. Meanwhile, ByuN has been doing so as well on this side of the map.
Yeah, so it looks like we will actually get into a macro game.
Going to be getting into a much more standard game. We have a 2-1-1 setup here from ByuN. Stim is on the way. We're going to be seeing a bit of an add-on swap, I imagine, as well for some of those medevacs. Meanwhile, HonMonO himself is going for his own 1-1-1 setup. Much more standard play, going for tank production, going for Raven production.
I guess it is Hon Macro today.
Oh, let's go. Hon Macro it is. So the dichotomy is quite interesting here. So ByuN, he's going to be a little bit behind when it comes to tank production, but he's going to have a lot of Marines early on. He's going to have a lot of potential with his drop play. These medevacs are also going to eat into his Raven production and his Viking production. So he's going to be behind in certain aspects, but he has a lot of potential for damage.
Yeah, the units of ByuN catching out HonMonO a bit in the middle of the map, but No units lost on either side.
Exactly. I'm curious, are we going to load up the tank as well? No, we're not. We're not that crazy. We're
Ooh.
just going to be moving out with the
There
Marines
was
for the time
space.
being.
There was space for the tank, but he just didn't take it.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't quite take it. Oh, the pathing though. He's going to come across the Cyclone.
Yeah, and one of the Medivacs will be shot at,
Oh.
but at the same time, the Cyclone is caught by the other units of ByuN and falls down.
Does fall down, but the double drop has been confirmed here. HonMonO should be getting into position, and the Vikings are on the way at the same time. He dives into the natural base of ByuN. Oh,
Yeah, he's focused on dealing as much damage as possible, and he does take down 6 SCVs, but is he ready for this drop? And I think he is.
he is ready for the drop. The drop gets shut down completely. A bit of overkill. We throw down an auto turret. I don't think that was necessary, but the Marines, the double drop does fall here. HonMonO with a bit of momentum right now.
I mean, he did lose 3 SCVs, so ByuN did focus a few of them, but still, it was not too bad over the fence.
I mean, he killed 6 SCVs across the map in that Hellion run-by, so he more than made up for that as well. His Ravens have survived. He's getting ready for another drop into the main base. We do see ByuN testing the waters at the natural, but the tank is in position.
Yes, indeed. And this Raven is trying to get in position, keep an eye on the army of ByuN that is now trying to... I mean, I don't want to say he's sieging HonMonO, because this army really is not, but he's trying to be dangerous.
He's looking for a lock-on, and there we go. He does chip away at that Raven. Yeah. If at any moment the Raven overextends, then ByuN will get a very valuable kill there. Again, HonMonO's army is just better. He's got Vikings, tanks, and Ravens. He will win in a head-on engagement, but he's waiting a little bit to try and catch up in other aspects. We have 1-1 on the way, Stim on the way as well, to make up for some of the upgrades that HonMonO doesn't have.
Yeah, he's even leapfrogging the tanks on the front to get in reach of that army, but without being too reckless. So very nicely done from HonMonO so far.
Yeah, very nice. We see a scan, and HonMonO sees that ByuN, off of the 2-on-1, he has map control, and he is taking a much faster third CC. So what ByuN lacks in complexity of his main army, he makes up for in that better economy.
Yeah, that will definitely be useful in the long run, but so far, HonMonO is doing his best. He will try to take this third base right now, and he does have the army for it, so it will be a bit later, but not that much.
Yeah, there we go. Third base is being taken. We did have another lock-on on a Viking, just doing a little bit of damage, not quite picking it off. To see a double drop being sent out towards the natural base location. There is no sensor tower. HonMonO isn't ready for this, and this could do a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's quite distracted with this small piece of army, and he is throwing down the sensor tower now, but it is on the front. This one SCV though.
Oh,
it is looking for it.
It's scouting the typical attack path, but not quite anything here in the dead space though. So there's still a lot of potential for ByuN. Meanwhile, the Cyclone is pulling away the attention of the Bio army, and here we go. ByuN is going in.
Yeah, ByuN is going in. At the same time, HonMonO is hunting for units in the middle of the map, but there are some Marines in the natural HonMonO.
Yeah, only submarines. The boys have to be pulled, but no, there's a late reaction. 6 SCVs go down. Up.
Ooh, and disable on the Medivac, so the Marines cannot leave this base. The other Medivac was already sniped, so now ByuN's army should be cleaned up.
Oh, I love the disables, but ByuN has 1-1, and we have 0-0 from HonMonO. His Marines are just straight up worse. They all die.
Yeah, and the turrets have to be thrown down to deal with these Marines, and even one of them is still left, taking down the refinery as well.
Yeah, and with the death of all those Marines, that's a massive loss for HonMonO. We see ByuN pushing out across the map. He's ahead in army supply right now. He's looking to try and bust down this third. The other important thing, HonMonO had to waste energy on auto turrets from his Ravens, which means he won't have disables.
Yeah, exactly, and he barely has any bio army right now. It's mostly these tanks and Vikings, and ByuN is getting ready for his attack.
Yeah, HonMonO is in position for a drop, but ByuN is looking to dive on top of this army. Could even bypass the army and try and siege up and take control of the high ground.
Yeah, he's going around this sensor tower as well, so waiting till the last moment so HonMonO can see him. The reinforcement will see the army, but the tanks are not in position to defend.
Yeah, HonMonO is out of position. ByuN takes a GG. Well played. ByuN will be our king of the hill.
Ah, and ByuN finishes today's weekly as the king of the hill.
GG, well played. 13 wins here. Didn't matter who it was. The Europeans, the Americans, the Koreans, even the Japanese couldn't hold a candle here to ByuN. He does end up taking the final win here of the tournament of the night.
Some honorable plays, but nothing can stop the ByuN. Says Emperor Football.
True. Actual honorable plays. You know, HonMonO, he didn't cheese. Yeah. He didn't cheese.
It was HonMacro.
HonMacro, mate. HonMacro. GG, well played. 15-0, not quite. ByuN did pull off the 13-0, 13 wins and 0 losses. He could have gone for more, but of course we did start the night with MaxPax versus Dark. And if you guys want to tune into MaxPax vs. Dark, it was a really good game. I highly recommend checking out the VODs, checking out the start of the tournament, because we had so many amazing matchups.
Yeah, and also ByuN may still get his 15-0 because the last King of the Hill is invited for the next week, if they so choose, of course.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You are not wrong, as I quickly just set some things up here, just so we can all have a bit of a gander, a bit of a look at the run of today's tournament. There we go, exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourself, but we can see it here on the screen on Wikipedia. We started things off with Dark versus MaxPax, a really high profile, really intense ZVP that went the distance. That was crazy. Dark versus MaxPax was insane. And Dark ended MaxPax's reign of 18 wins in OSC King of the Hill. We continued on here with Krystianer quickly ending Dark's career, or Dark's rule, I should say.
Dark's career.
He's retiring. He's done. He's cooked, Papi. He's cooked.
It's like first Eric, now Krystianer. I'm out of here.
Yeah, Krystianer with an upset. He did take down Dark in game number 2. And then began the era, the dynasty of ByuN, as he won every single game there on forward. Oh.
Yeah, very nicely done from ByuN today, and good to see him back, because ByuN has not participated in this for a while.
Yeah, it's been, we mentioned it earlier, but I don't know what it was that Eddie used to lure out all these players, but this week was the week of the returning pro gamers. ByuN, Gerald, Dark, MaxPax.
It was the new OSC sponsorship.
There you go. It was that sausage. It was that bunning snag. You know, it brings everyone out. All the boys to the yard. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Also, shout out to Tater Tutor for gifting a sub to the community.
Thank you so much, Tater Tutor. Thank you so much for the support. It was amazing. It was beautiful. And yes, thank you. I can see Emperor Fubo in the Emperor Fubo in the chat as well. Eddie is, of course, the organizer of this event. He is the CEO of OSC, and as a result, he has quite a lot on his plate, but he does run this OSC King of the Hill weekly tournament as well, and if it wasn't for Eddie, this event wouldn't exist, wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, indeed. So, shout out to Eddie.
There you go. Beautiful, beautiful.
So Tater Tutor said, thank you very much for honorable casting.
Oh, thank you, Papi, thank you.
But is our casting on micro or on macro?
Oh, we're HonMonO, Papi, we're hung. So thank you so much for tuning in again. Shout out to Asher as well. He was casting with me earlier. Did end up calling it a little bit. He did end up going to bed at around the 1 a.m. mark, which is quite late, all things considered. It is almost 3 a.m. here in Australia, so it's going to be time for bed soon as well. Thank you so much.
What do you mean late? I mean, isn't Asher part of the DGen crew?
No.
No?
He is a DGen, but for different reasons.
Okay.
Oh, good. But thank you so much, AsherBro. Thank you, Kuro, as well, for joining me towards the end of the cast. Thank you. Always appreciate it when you're able to jump on and help cast. Thank you. Oh.
I'm nodding.
And I hope everyone in the chat enjoyed themselves as well. If you are interested in some more CranKy Duckling action, exclamation mark socials in the chat, and you will get a link to all of our social media: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. We are all over the place on the interwebs, and you'll be notified when we go live with our next tournament. Meanwhile, we also upload our VODs on a daily basis to YouTube, so if you can't watch us live and you enjoyed the cast, if you want to tune into some of our older casts, YouTube is where you want to be. Or
Also, duct tapes.
Also duct tapes. Or you can tune into the VODs on Twitch as well. The VODs on Twitch aren't, it's not as well set up as YouTube, so you can find our matches individually there. You can search for matches, so yeah, we do have that set up for you. Meanwhile, you can interact with us outside of our streams on Discord. We have our Discord server as well.
Yeah, and we do have prediction game for World Team League going on the Discord, so make sure you join.
There you go. Meanwhile, Kuro, why don't you let the people know where can they find more of you?
You can find more of me at CranKy Ducklings Discord, as I will be running the prediction game as well as a lot of other things on CranKy Ducklings. But if you are interested in what I do myself, then make sure to follow me at twitch.tv/16squadsonseki. I don't think I will stream anytime soon, but who knows? What about you, Light?
There you go. You can follow me at Light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I may stream tomorrow. I say maybe because we did have a day off tomorrow initially, but we do have plans to cast some lovely replays. We have permission to cast the GSL qualifiers over on our channel. It won't be on Twitch. When it comes to casting GSL, they only allow you to cast on Africa TV, so we will announce it on Discord. We'll announce it on our social medias when we go live. It'll be on our Africa channel instead, and we do have permission to cast some of those qualifying matches for GSL, and they're looking pretty good. They're looking pretty spicy. Oh.
Yeah, it's a very interesting system where normally only very select people had access to these GSL replays, but this season GSL decided to actually, let community casters have it, and everybody. There is a sign up option, and the casters who will sign up will be able to cast some replays from the qualifiers.
There you go. So if you're interested, we are going to be casting some pretty high profile matches. Let me just let you guys know. So tomorrow, we're going to be casting Stats versus Creator, the return of Stats, Ragnarok versus Innovation, the return of Innovation, and Bunny versus Hero, the return of Bunny, because Bunny has been MIA for months. I was afraid he retired. I was so scared that he retired, and I think it was like a week ago, it was announced that Bunny joined a team. So I was so happy to see that. I want to see some more Bunny, some more Innovation, some Stats, Hero, Ragnarok, and Creator. If you want to tune in tomorrow over on our Africa channel.
Yeah, I posted the link in the chat in case we need the Africa link.
There we go. There is that link. Again, you'll be notified when we go live on Twitter, on Facebook, on our Discord server as well. I know that Africa isn't the most ideal platform to watch on, but that is, how GSL works. They only allow you to stream there.
We're working on it.
Yeah,
we're working on it.
It's true. We're working on it. If you can't tune in live, I know some select countries can have a hard time watching on Africa. Then the VODs will be on YouTube. We will be uploading every single one of our VODs to YouTube, so you can watch them there instead.
Yes.
There you go.
Also, to answer the question from the chat, I am not sure if the Africa channel will be on the TL sidebar. I will have to find out if that can be set up, because there have been some tech issues with that, so maybe difficult.
Yeah, we'll do our best. We'll do our best to try and make sure that that it is on TL, on Team Liquid. We'll try at least. We shall try. Is Australia one of those countries? No, Australia should be fine. It should be fine. Should be fine to watch. Should be fine. Yeah, with that, thanks so much everyone for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Our next cast is going to be tomorrow. Meanwhile, OSC King of the Hill will return next week as well. Whether it's ourselves casting, sometimes Wardy casts as well, sometimes Steadfast, or one of the other community casters. And there's no set date, so again, keep an eye out on Team Liquid on social media for when the next OSC King of the Hill will be held.
Yeah.
There you go. With that, Kuro, do you have anything else you want to say before we head off for the night? Anything?
What side are you today? Are you on micro? Or are you on macro? You decide.
Why are you HonMonO?
See you on the ladder.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye!